Which is your boy Tone 202. And let's be clear, I ain't got no problem with Asian people on a whole. I want to make it very, very clear. You touch somebody, one of these black women in my city, and I'm not talking about, look, you have the right to defend yourself. But if you think one of these black women stole something for $3 and you're going to start kicking and punching on them, you're going to get kicked and punched on. I promise you that. I promise you that. You're not doing it here. We've been seeing too many store owners, Asian dudes come out of the woodwork when there's whole females sitting right there. If you let them females rumble, if that's the way you guys want to do it, you let them females rumble. But if you put your hands on a black woman in my city, I'm coming to see you. And that's a promise. You know, I'm 6'2", I'm 289. You want to wrestle with somebody? Come wrestle with me. Come wrestle with me. I'll wrestle with you. Not a problem. We can set it up. You can use all your little tricks and everything you want to, but don't do it in my city. I'm giving you a fair warning. And I always like to use myself as an example. Last year, you know, so for some reason you foreigners think that black people won't defend themselves. I don't understand where this comes from. Just because, you know, the white people doing what they do, they gonna get theirs too. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't noticed, it's already starting. Their own people are turning against them. So this guy, I guess he was Middle Eastern or wherever it was. And he comes from, I don't know what language he spoke, but I was getting my car fixed, went to his shop, and a black woman came in there, and she was a customer, and she wanted to know why was she being charged $70 for a diagnostic on her engine, and what did the diagnostic look like, which is a legitimate question. This was not somebody who came in to rip somebody off. This is somebody who came in to say, you're charging me $70+. What exactly are you charging me for? And he said, here's the paperwork to the diagnostic. And then she said, okay, what did you do? And he showed her like a bottle of something, and then he put it in the engine somewhere, and then he said if the bottle turns a certain color, she's like, no, I'm not paying you $70 for that, and jumped in her car and got to, you know, backing out, and dude got in her way. So he was where the door was, made sure she couldn't leave in the door. I'm standing outside looking at him and just watching the whole argument go down. And, you know, I don't think she should have peeled out like that. But I don't think he should have, you know, I just think as a customer, you should have just handled it different. And as an owner, you should have handled it different. But he was like, no, you're not leaving without paying me. And she's like, I'm not paying you for what you did because it wasn't worth anything. It's not an engine diagnostic. And she was correct. So, you know, some authorities should have been called, actually. That's what she should have been like, I'm calling the police. You know, but the police would have said this is a civil matter, so on and so forth, but it would at least exposed him for, you know, what he's trying to do. And she had been like, look, I'm not going to pay him, so what do you want to do? However, that isn't what happened. She jumped in her car and tried to leave. And he jumped pretty much almost in the car with her, and he's, you know, talking to her, and and I'm looking at him talking to her, and then next thing you know, I hear crack. This dude smacks the woman, whoosh, and I'm standing right, whoo! I just went off. I know he saw me standing there, but he thinks that the black men will not protect black women. You know, if we don't think the black woman is in the right. Okay, no, we're going to protect the black woman. She's in the right. We're going to protect her. If she came in there starting something and put her hands up to you and she gets smacked, well, she got smacked. Okay, she came in there acting like a man. She got her ass whooped. There's nothing that, you know, a guy can do about that, not being in the right. But still, I wouldn't allow that to happen. I'd have broke the fight up. But nonetheless, he smacks this woman when she did not raise a hand. She said, you just smacked me, so I attacked him. He didn't see me coming, until I was there. And I grabbed him and I pinned him up against the driver's side door. And I was like, you just hit that woman. And he was trying to get me off of him. I told him, look, I'll beat the hell out of you right here and now. I said, I don't know where you come from, but you can go right back there. And there were other people in the shop. They saw it. I said, you can go right back there with that. But you're not going to come over here and beat up on no black females. You can forget that right now. I'm a whole man. Let's go right now. I had him pinned up. And he was like, no, I didn't. She was like, yes, you did. And, he was, she tried to get it. I was like, so what? You shouldn't have hit her. You ain't going to just come over here beating. You take that stuff back to wherever the hell you came from. And so pretty much once I calmed down, he was like, she owes me, so-and-so dollars. I said, listen, I'll pay for it. You know what I mean? I just wanted her to get out of there. And she did. She jumped in her car, got out of there. I told him I'll pay for it and pay for my own stuff. Now, most guys wouldn't have been like, I'll pay for it. You know what I mean? But I see it like this. It was a pay it forward type of deal. But nonetheless, we went into the office. He charged me, for her stuff. Then he charged me for my stuff. And once I got home, he killed the whole charge. So I wasn't charged at all for whatever they did. They didn't even fix my car, which was the brakes I needed fixed. So I was not charged at all for her stuff or my stuff because everything's on camera. See, when it's an argument, it's a civil matter. But as soon as he put his hand on that black woman and I jumped on him, that became a police matter. That became a criminal offense. There's cameras all over there. So they can clearly see inside the car this man hit this woman. Now, if she would have went ahead and pressed charges on him, I'm sure he's into some other stuff too that was going to hurt him. And that's why he was like, you know what, I'm not even going to charge this guy. You know what I'm saying? Because it could cost the shop owner a lot more money than, a little $400. So he didn't even charge me at all. But I made sure that he knew when I had him by the collar and was pressing him up against it, I was just like, you're not going to come over here and hit no black woman. I'm telling you right now, you're not going to do it. I was like, I'll beat the hell out of you right now. And none of his employees stepped up to do anything. His employees is 2 white dudes, 3 white dudes. His employees was just looking like this. They didn't touch me. They didn't come near me. They didn't want nothing to do with anything. They were just looking at it. And one reason why is because they didn't like him. You know what I'm saying? This was some foreign dude. I don't know where he was from, but they didn't like old boy because when he came in, he talked to people like he owned them. You know what I'm saying? Where do you get? And he was talking to white dudes like that. Like, so what? You got some money. Nobody cares. Nobody cares over here, Jack. You get your teeth punched in real quick. So you Asian people who are out there, you Asian men, look, you guys want to fight black people, there's plenty of men who will take you up on that. But you hit one of our women, and I'm telling you, in my city, I'm going to catch a case. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to catch a case, especially if I'm there. Well, you ain't going to do it if I'm there. I'm not going to boycott. I'm coming to see you. I'm coming to see you ready to rumble. You know what I'm saying? You punch, the one Asian dude punched this woman in front of her kid. You lucky you don't live in my city because I would have came to see you. I would have pulled up on you. Ready. Me, myself, and I. And would have went in there and we could all got it on. Just me. I ain't got no problem with that. I'm from Braddock, Pittsburgh. I'm used to fighting a bunch of people at once. All right? I'm used to getting punched in the face. That's no problem for me. But I'm going to come in there and make my point. You know what I'm saying? You can pull whatever trick out of the hat you want. But I'm going to make my point. You know what I'm saying? And we'll tell you, I'll be right back. I'll come right back in there ready to rumble the next day. You will have no peace. You know what I'm saying? You'll be seeing 6'2", 289, right back in your establishment. Ain't nobody making money up in here. Let's get it. And I'm telling you now. And if your brother want to jump in, he can jump in too. And we can all box up in this piece. But no, you're not going to beat up no black woman in front of her child. Not while I'm alive. Not while I'm here. Nah, bro. You're not. You're not. You can go get your cousin or whoever you're going to get, and we can all do the damn thing. But don't come to my city and do it. I'm giving you a fair warning. And all you, whoever, I'm telling you right now, don't do it. because we all be boxing up in there. You know what I'm saying? And that's just it. You're gonna be respectable. You got some wild ass women. Those women know how to fight that you got up in there. Asian women can get busy. They know how to use everything. Asian women are thorough with the hands. You better let those women fight that out. You get no man kicking and beating on no damn woman over no $5.99 hairpin. That makes no damn sense at all. You don't see black men beating up on Asian women. You don't see that. They may rob them, but you don't see them beating their ass like in the street for nothing. You'll see a black woman beating on an Asian woman. You just seen that. Or you'll see white people. White people are taking it to Asian. But black people, you don't usually see no black girls just, we just going to come in here and beat up on the, nah, you don't see that. You know what I'm saying? You don't see that just going on. Not unless there's something that happened and people are misconstrued, then you'll see black females fighting with the Asian females. So on and so forth. And we know Asian females can fight. So you men, y'all better let them Asian females fight. Y'all got plenty of Asian females in there. We've seen videos of black women trying to turn up in y'all shop, and Asian women come out of the woodwork. There's like 90 of them will come out of. No, we know there's like 30 of you. We're gonna let them Asian women handle them black women. And if them black women come in your establishment trying to whoop some ass, you take those. You Asian women, you come out and drop them Fifth Ward bees on them. But you men, stay the hell out of it. Don't you touch those black women. I wish I would have been on the block and saw that this man hitting this woman like that. I wish I would have saw that. I would have put him through a wall. I would have put him through the very plate glass window where he works at. He would have never ever touched another black woman again. You know when to do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling y'all now, we don't do that. And this ain't on some gangster or some mafia, because I'm not that dude. I'm just a dude who doesn't believe that a man needs to sit there and beat on a woman in front of their child. That just pissed me off. Like, so all you gangsters out there, don't come to me with your nonsense, because I'm not interested. You know, that's not what this is. I'm a regular dude. I don't do all that goofy stuff. Y'all out there and how y'all make y'all money. That's not me. I'm talking about these shop owners, these regular dudes out there throwing hands with women. You know, kicking them and putting them in chokeholds and all that. Do that around me. Let me come in there and then you blaming people for stealing when they're not. You think that every black person's in there to steal when we're the crux of your business. We're the reason why you're in business. White people ain't buying from y'all like black people are. Black people spending their last dime to get y'all products. And then y'all in there beating them up. No, you're not here today. No, don't do it in my city. Because I'm going to ride on you. I'm coming to see you. And that's just that. And if one of y'all want to step out and get it on, we can step out and get it on. One of you business owners want to come with the, whatever you got, come on with it. You put your hands on one of the black women, I'm coming to see you. That's it. That's it. And that's all. I'm not having that. I'm tired of looking at it, in all these cities. It hasn't happened here yet. But I'm not a boycotting type of dude. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to something like that, I believe I'm not sitting here waiting for your apology. You're not going to get off on one of them in front of their child, in front of their little girl, and their little girl got to see some foreign punk ass dude beating up on their mother. No, you ain't. No, you apology ain't no apology. I'm coming to see you. And there's a lot of men who think just like I do. We don't care about your apology. You wanted to fight. You wanted to fight with a man. Other than that, let them crazy women that you got up in there. You know what I'm saying? I got a whole house full of women and you got men coming out. No, y'all doing that because that's what y'all do in your country. You beat the hell out of your women over there, over in China, and nobody says anything because that's your culture. Well, you're not going to bring your culture over here. You're not going to bring your culture over here and think that it's going to be all right. We'll shut that place down. We'll shut that whole place down. You won't get no money up in here. None. Zero. No nada. That whole thing will be done. Especially today, the way things are today, try it again. Try it again and we'll shut your whole, you won't have no work. We'll shut your whole shop down. We ain't trying to see you get on the news and apologize and then give the half-hearted discounts on some cheap-ass material that's worth $2.99, or you're selling it for $2.99 and it ain't even worth 50 cents. We don't want to hear none of that. Do not touch black women, you Asian men. You let your Asian females do that. And listen, nobody that I know thinks that Asian women don't know how to fight. We don't think you're all petite and don't know how to scrap. We watch movies. We know y'all know how to fight. We know Asian women know how to get it in. Some of y'all big as hell. Some of y'all got some big old chubby Asian women. Y'all come out to no. You let those women box with those women. You know what I'm saying? Because there's some knucklehead black females. We get that. There's some females who want to steal from you. We understand that. Nobody's saying that's not the issue. We're saying that if one of them come up in there and you say that they're stealing, for one, you have to prove that that person's stealing. And in the one video, that woman said, I was not stealing. She let you know, and it was an item for $3. Now, there are some women who will come up in there and say they're not paying for the job that you just did. That is outright stealing. They need something like you not. We seen a woman jump on another woman's, an Asian woman, jump on this woman's car and was riding with her on the hood. Y'all Asian women get down. So you Asian men have no excuse. Now, we did see an Asian man stand in front of the door and would not let the woman go. That's what he should have done. That woman did not hit him. He stood in front of the door. He wouldn't let the black woman out because she was stealing. That's what you do. You wait till the police come, and the police go ahead and apprehend the culprit. That's how it should be done. So if you want to use your strength, stand in front of the door. We black men don't have no problem with that, because if somebody's stealing in your establishment, you are supposed to make sure that for one, that person does not get away with a crime, and for two, does not come back into your establishment. But the minute you start wrestling and putting black women in chokehold, well, you just took it to a whole nother level. You just told black men that you ain't going to do nothing about it. Oh, no, son. No. I'm telling you right now, don't do it. You kicking and punching a black woman in front of her children won't be here. You won't be in my city. Not here. I'll be more than happy to go do some time. More than happy, especially for those children. Oh, no, son. You're not doing that. You're not coming over here and doing it. And when I get out, I'm going to come see you again. You're not going to have no peace. And I don't want your apology because you knew better. You're a grown-ass man. Most of you have been either here in America for a minute. Some of you are raised here, but nonetheless, you come in and out. So you know the law. You know the rules here in America. So you just don't come here in America and just start slapping around black women. Now, that's your black woman, and that's how y'all get down. That's what you do. But if it's a customer and you claim that they stole something for $5 and you start kicking and putting them in a chokehold, we're going to come and kick you and put you in a chokehold. And that's just that. And if you can't fight, then keep your hands off of people. Because we seen one incident where you had black men did step up to the plate because they saw what you did to a black woman. And they came in there and were just like, what's up? Here I am. I'm a black man. Do it to me. And none of y'all wanted to do anything. Y'all didn't want no smoke. Y'all was like, oh, just get out. No, ain't no get out. Y'all wanted to put your hands on a black woman. Because y'all think that black men are not, y'all calling us punks to our face. Y'all think that black men will not step up especially if a black woman's innocent. And you're finding out real hard that we will. I'm telling you, don't do it. I'm tired of seeing these videos. Asian people are not innocent. Y'all do a lot of stuff to us. Y'all are racist as hell. Y'all are racist as hell. Now, of course, you got some that aren't. But y'all do a lot of racial stuff. And y'all have a poor misconception of black people. And all over the world, Asians treat black people terrible. And I don't really deal with y'all except when I go into a shop or see. But damn. I mean, out of all the customers that I've dealt with for the last 4 years, there's only one Asian customer that I had, and I bought something from him. Black women don't behave. That's not the point. They don't. They don't behave. Hell, they don't treat us right, Jess. They don't behave. They don't. Okay? There are some ratchet, rowdy crazies out there. They treat me bad. Okay? And I'm all the way black. All right? They don't behave, Jess. It's not the point. If they come into your establishment and try to take something from you, block the door. If they put their hands on you, or if they threaten you and you have females that are of the same number, go ahead and let them females get busy. But as a man, you should not be putting your hands on the female. Oh yeah, the black women treat us like crap. They do all kinds of stuff to us. They do. But that's not the point. You know what I'm saying? See, Asian women don't do a bunch of stuff to Asian men because Asian men will discard them quickly. But black women are big enough to take it. Nah, see, that's where you're wrong. I'm not even gonna show that. No, it's not big enough to. The black women, what kind of stupid is that? That's stupid. I'm not showing that. Black women are big enough to take it. Okay, let a man come punch you in your mouth in front of your children, and we're gonna say the same thing about you. Jess was big enough to take it, so that's what she got in the story. All right? No, ain't none of that. These are full-grown men that are hitting. What kind of? I mean, that's just a stupid thing to say. Black women are big enough. Big enough. So you calling all black women fat? Well, all black women are not fat. Okay, so yeah, you smoking. Hello. Hello. Yeah, don't call me no more. Yeah, you smoking, Jess, huh? I was making it very clear that I'm not around Asians. I'm not around them. I don't go to where they're at unless I go and get some. Like, this is a lotion I put in my hair a lot, but I can get this from a dollar store. So I'll go and get it from a dollar store. I mean, or the beauty store. There's some places that sell beauty products that are not Asian, but there is an Asian store that's not far from me, and they're in there playing Christian music. And they have black employees. All right, usually when you go in there is a black woman that helps you. They're from, they're not Chinese, they're Koreans. No, the call was insurance company trying to sell me, it's ridiculous. Once they get your number, it's ridiculous. Which demographic Asians test black people? Chinese. Yeah. Chinese people. Chinese people are treating black people real bad now over in Africa and in China. I mean, they're kicking them out their house. They're slapping them. I mean, they're mistreating them real bad. They're when Kobe Bryant died, they called him the N-word. They went on social media and called him all kinds of stuff. Asian, black, it's going down. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's going down there. I mean, the Asians are really showing their ass now. This is why I don't feel like, for the 90-year-old Asian dude that got pushed down and died, I felt sorry for him. He was walking down the street. You know what I'm saying? Minding his own business. I felt sorry for him. You know what I'm saying? Oh, the Asian ladies getting robbed. These dudes are just walking in and robbing them. Come on, man. I feel sorry for them. You know what I mean? Because they didn't ask for that. But you got some ignorant ass Asian people over here, and they asking for it, and they should get it. Like, oh, you want the smoke? We'll give them the smoke. Give them. They want it. Give it to them. They want to throw some hands. Throw some hands. It's because of how black people are constantly betrayed in the media. Yeah, they think that we're weak. And then when they see a big old 6'6", 320-pound linebacker walk in there, none of them want to do anything. All the women are sitting down. All the men are sitting down. The men are sitting down negotiating with the big black guy who just walked in because they hit a female. But when the females was in there, the men was all beating up on them, and the women was too. But as soon as one of these warriors walk in there, they don't even want to stand up and negotiate because they know better. They know better. They do not want to get hit with a sledgehammer. You don't want no part of that. All right? You don't want none of that business. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they don't watch enough football. They need to watch sports, period. Before you Asians get to hitting on black people, just go ahead and watch sports. And look at the football teams. College, pro. Tell me who's the majority on the football teams. Okay? Just go ahead and do that. Because one of them are going to walk into your establishment. I've heard a lot of black women rant about how black men don't protect them. Well, that's not true. That's not true. You know what I'm saying? We don't protect them if they are doing it. Listen, if black women are doing something where they know they're going to get their ass whooped, that's on them. We don't treat black women like children. You're a whole woman out here. You want it to be independent? Be independent. Fine. That's what you want to do. You don't need no man. You got your own. Fine. You go out there, you raise up to a whole man, you get punched in the face. But not every woman is like that. You got women out there who know better. And they're like, look, I don't have no man or nothing, but I'm not about to go and fight this dude. I'm just not going to do it. You know, you have some very civil black females out there who don't deserve that. And if they're shopping at your establishment, regardless of the way they look, if they clearly paid for something, then you have no right to go ahead and beat up on them. You have no right even if they stole it. You ain't got no right putting your hands on them. That's a criminal matter. You close the door, you lock the door, you call the police. But based on what you're saying, it seems that there's quite a lot of defense for them. No, what I'm okay, so whenever one of these videos goes viral, what happens? There's a boycott, and then there's men who walk in there and they want to fight. That's what happens. See, you have to understand, Asian people have changed the scope of the planet as we know it. Everyone living on landmass has been changed by one country. Coronavirus has hit every country. Every single one. Doesn't mean it killed somebody in every country, but it has hit every country. Coronavirus. It is worldwide. It is a pandemic. It is an epidemic. Okay? And it's still rolling regardless of us putting out goofy rules and not wearing masks and all this other stuff, opening up middle schools and plants and all that. Coronavirus is still there. Yeah, China, it's still there. China, you know what I'm saying? They changed the scope of the planet. So you have people who died from, coronavirus, and they're upset. They're disappointed. They want revenge. They want to hurt whoever they think did this to them. So this is why you got, white people doing crazy things to them. But, you know what I'm saying? And black people, robbing them, but you don't usually see black men going and knocking out, Asian women. Don't see that. You see black men rolling on Asian men when Asian men hit black women. Other than that, black men don't care. they may take your money from you, but they're not going to sit there and just beat an Asian woman down. When do you see this? You know what I'm saying? You may see one person out there something like that, but you don't see it over and over and over because black men aren't interested in beating up Asian women. We don't care. If we want you beat up, we're going to go get one of our girlfriends, sisters, cousins or whatever, and be like, this Asian woman, whatever, and they're going to go ahead and jump on her. But these Asian men are just going off like there's nobody going to come see them. And that's my whole point. Yeah, they say it was made in a lab. Well, you say the bats is a load of crap, but you have to understand just that. You have to understand that the Black Plague. Listen, the Black Plague wasn't made in a lab. Wasn't made in a lab. The Black Plague was made. It came to, like the Amazon. The Amazon was filled with people. Now the Amazon is completely empty. Why? Because the Europeans bring diseases and killed them all off. The same thing with the Indians. The Indians, a lot of them died from, I think, either yellowpox or smallpox. This came from Europeans. Okay, look at the Battle of Wounded Knee and all this other stuff where white people wiped out the Indians. Okay, I mean, there's a whole lot going on here, but as far as the coronavirus, one, the coronavirus is different types of coronavirus. If you look on the back of a Lysol bottle, you'll look and it'll say kills coronavirus or corona, whatever it is. So coronavirus has been around for a while. You know what I'm saying? COVID-19, there's COVID-20 now, there's different strands, there's airborne strands and all kind of stuff. But, if you look at the Black Plague was started from the mixture of blood, and that's where they're saying, these people are eating bats and all this other stuff. You understand the Asians eat a lot of weird stuff. But the Black Plague was started by rats and pigs' blood mixed on ships. And when those ships would come into another country or whatever country, the mosquitoes would go ahead and suck the blood that's on the ships. And they would take that blood and inject it into us. And next thing you know, you have a Black Plague. So yeah, you have to understand, what's going on. It's because how Black women are portrayed, they classify with men. Asian women and other women in general are smaller and considered more, well, that's not our fault. Yeah, Asian women are smaller, but Asian women kick ass. But there's not one race of females where I'm going to sit up here and say, the whole of Black women can kick the whole of, this other race's ass. Not going to say that. We're not going to go up there to Zurich. We're not going to go to Amsterdam. We're not going to go to Frankfurt. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to any country and saying, 600 Black women, 600 white women, Black women are going to win. You got to understand, Black women, and also what you're talking about is the lower demographic. People who were in poor state grew up in hoods, just like I did. Yeah, those Black women can fight 100%. So if you take a bunch of people who came from the hood and matched them up against a bunch of people who came from the suburbs, yeah, it's a good chance that Molly McButter is not going to beat, crazy ass Drinsika. It's just not. She was gonna mop her, but we done seen, white girls mop the hell out of Black females because Black females simply thought that the white girl couldn't fight, and a white girl beat the hell out of her. All right, so this is the reason why I won't sit up here and be like, oh, Asians, they're so small, they're defenseless. Absolutely not. Asians aren't defenseless. Asian women aren't defenseless. They're not defenseless in their words. They're not defenseless in their actions. They're not defenseless whatsoever. We've seen them come out of the woodwork and start whipping people. There's a video of black women who got into it with Asians, and those black women misunderstood those Asian women and thought that they could walk out without paying those Asian women because the Asian women were smaller. Well, the Asian women were smaller, but they outnumbered them 3-1. And they all came out the box. They beat the hell out of those black girls, as they should have. You didn't see nobody boycotting. You didn't see no men come to their rescue because they were trying to steal. And they got their ass whooped for it, and they should have. Only time you see men come out the woodwork is if a male comes up and starts beating on the females. Not if a male stands in front of the door and says, you can't leave. They get involved if a male comes up and starts hitting, physically punching and kicking on these women. Then you got men coming to see you, and then those Asians don't want nothing to do with that. Don't be a whole hero and then go to a zero when it's time to get it on. If you're going to fight, fight. But you need to understand that if you put your hands on a black woman, and especially over when you think she's stealing and she's not, and you wrestling and slamming her to the floor, somebody's going to come wrestle and slam you to the floor. We're going to catch you. And we'll need to come to your establishment. We can wait right outside the door. We know who you are. We've seen you in the video. Here we go. You want to slam somebody to the ground, slam me to the ground. You want to punch a woman in her face in front of her child, do it to me. Do it to me. You know what I'm saying? You want to sit up there and do all this other stuff with people who ain't going to hit you back. Because those women don't have the strength or the speed or the skills to do it, but we do. We do. We'll come see you. We'll give you some of what you want. That's not true, of course, but again, I think it's just portrayal. Let's see. Like black women tend to have more. Black women are strong. Listen, I'm not doubting that. You're talking about the bulk of black women. You're talking about the muscle mass of black women. In an average, if you took the median average black woman and matched them up to a median Asian woman, well, guess what? You can do the same thing for, Croatians. You can do the same thing for any European country. You can take whole continents and match them up against Asians, and Asians are usually smaller. But it doesn't mean they can't fight. Nobody is saying that Asian women can't fight. Black men and black women in general have more, this is true, than their respective genders across the race spectrum. This is true. The only people who seem to come out larger than us are people who live in colder countries. So Zurich, anywhere in the Netherlands, those people who come from those countries seem to be naturally stronger. This is on a sliding scale. Stronger than us. Well, I'm not even going to say. Well, I can say they can match our stride. But black people on a whole, we are large people. This is very true. Yeah, an Asian dude punched a woman outside of the shop. He was beating her up and the child was just watching. I wish I was there. I just wish I was there. I would have hopped out of my truck so fast. I would have left my truck right in the middle of traffic, hopped out of that damn thing. Oh my God, I would have put him through a window. I wouldn't even said anything to him. I wouldn't have said one word to him. As soon as I see him hit her with that right cross, I would have got out. I would have bum rushed that dude, picked his whole body up, and put him right through the window. And that would have been it. And then I would have stomped him out, got right back in my truck, and left. I promise you I would have. Yeah, we dominate sports because we're usually strong. Well, the thing about black people, I'm going to tell you what it is. we have more fast twitch muscles than I would say anyone on the planet. So Usain Bolt is the fastest person. Usually, you'll see in any Olympics, the fastest person is a black person. There's not too many white people who can match us in speed alone. The only person who's been even close in the 100 is Christian Lemaitre. He's from France. But, I mean, he has great top end speed, but he's not going to run into like a 19. He's not going to run the 200 in 1950s anywhere. You know what I'm saying? And we have, I mean, there's 5 African Americans or, black people who have ran it in at least 1950 or 1960 and below her. So Christian Lemaitre hasn't come anywhere near that. He's a 200 specialist. He also runs the 100. And I think he's ran into the 9s before, but he hasn't run anywhere near 9.7 or below. And you have Jamaicans, Americans, and there's a lot of people who's ran 9.7, but none of them are white. And the Asians, they are quick, but they are not fast. The Asian starting speed is astounding. You have guys from China who are running 100 now and just now dipping into the 9.9s. So Asians can get out the blocks quick, but when it comes to top end speed, it's pretty much over. So, and that's some of that's because of their stature, and a lot of that is just because they're not the fastest people on the planet. They're just not. Black people have more fast twitch muscles than anyone on the planet, and our fast twitch muscles are also are everywhere. This is our whole body. This is not just in our legs. So some of the fastest boxers you ever seen, Sugar Ray Leonard, just super quick. I mean, when you look at Floyd Mayweather and who's that guy from Brooklyn, or any boxer from Brooklyn, when you look at a lot of these boxers who are the fastest on the planet, have the fastest reflex. They have some kind of hue to them, some kind of color to them. And a lot of times they're black people. They're just faster. So, yeah, black people have faster, I think they're actually red twitch muscles. And there's red and white. And I'm going to tell you something. You can have people who are fast runners, but they're not as quick with their hands. And you have people who have lightning speed with their hands and don't have it with their feet. Now, I've seen Asian people with incredible strength and incredible speed. I mean, some of the things that they can do is just, it's just, I've seen some with blinding speed. I've seen this one guy hit an object 8 times in 1 second. So black people do not look at Asian people and think that they can't do something. No, you will not find one black person. As a matter of fact, black people actually admire Asian people and have helped Asian people in the past. Because let's face it, the last time we went to war, when it was a world war, in 1948, black people were not willing and not so excited about going and killing Asian people. Because the first thing we thought is, what did they do to us? This is the first thing you think. Listen, you may not like us as a race. You go to China, they don't like black people. But they're not over there doing stuff to us that's deadly. Like right now, they're kicking black people out of their apartment, kicking the Africans out of their apartment, stuff like that. Okay. But the stuff that white people did to us, Asians aren't doing. You feel me? So when you want to all out war and then arm a bunch of black people, we're going to be like, look, I'll protect my country, but Ain't do nothing to me. They're not mad at us. They're not coming over here talking about, you African Americans, we're going to do this because of that. No, they don't like us, but they're not trying to do us in. What's a random question? Your cultural person. Yeah, I'm pretty cultured. When is my birthday? In December. When's your birthday? You wanna? Yeah, black people dominate sports. And I'm gonna tell you something. It's easy for black people to dominate sports. It's not even, it's easy for black people to outrun you. I mean, that's easy. It's not even a thought. You get the fastest people. Actually, you don't even need to get the fastest people to be a white person in the race. You do got some fast white people out there. I mean, you got the 400-meter champion about 10 years ago was a white guy. He was, I forgot what his name was, but he was crazy fast. But not anymore. He's not anymore. The majority of fastest people are black. Strongman competitions are won from white people the majority of the time. I think the strongest men on the planet are actually white people. There's one guy one black guy who's up there with them now. But yeah, black people will outrun you in a heartbeat. Black women are unattractive. So, all right, I don't know if you're trolling me, but so black women are unattractive, but yet they're winning all these Miss America, Miss World, Miss all these pageants that are coming out. Black women are winning. So I don't know about unattractive. I mean, if you think that Iman is unattractive, that's just your choice. But she's a millionaire simply off the way she looks. Look at David Bowie's wife. Big ups to David Bowie, R.I.P. The woman who played in Coming to America, the first one. Halle Berry. Let's keep going. And black women are unattractive. Okay. Let's keep going. Vanessa Williams. Especially when she was like 18, when she won the Miss America crown. I mean, we can keep going. If you can name somebody more beautiful than these women, I mean, good luck, because you can't. You can't. Well, thank you very much, Bridget and David Hawkins. Thank you very much. It's political. That's where they win. My brother, but you still can't name me one woman who's more beautiful than Halle Berry, even today. Go take a look at 50-year-old Halle Berry and tell me what woman is matching her stride. Name a 50-year-old woman. Take one of your 50-year-old women. Who, Brooke Shields? You seen Brooke lately? Halle Berry still looks like, the Queen of Sheba. Just go look at her. Just pull up a picture of her right now. And then pull up one of your beautiful women. Just throw out one of your beautiful women who's 50 years old. The same range. Hell, I'll give you 40. Yeah, I'll give you 35. We'll go 35. Halle Berry 50, your pick 35. Who you got? Who you got? Huh? We'll take Iman. Vanessa Williams, 50. Iman, 50. Your pick at 35. Who you got? That gives you 3 different shades of women. 3 different shades of black women, all at the age of 50, and you can't name me one white woman at the age of 30 to 35 that looks better than them. Who you got? Scarlett Johansson? Nope. Halle Berry put her in the dust. Who you got? Name me one. Get out of here. Sit down. Sit all the way down. And what is she classified? She's biracial, but what is she classified? Okay, skip Halle Berry, Iman. Take Iman, or take who's the other women who the chick who fell in her shoes and the shoes went up in price because she fell in them? That dark skinned woman, what's her name? I forgot what her name is. I mean, and she's come on, she's all in her 40s. I give you 20 years younger white woman to these women, and they're dark skinned, all the way dark skinned women. You can't name me one that looks better than them. Man, you crazy as hell. Black women are just black men with, okay, I'm just going to block that. I'm going to keep you here, but if you keep trolling, I'm going to block you. They're rough and tough. Okay. Who cares how she technically classified? She's, okay, well, I mentioned wears fake hair. But is she beautiful? They all wear fake hair. It's called modeling. What? It's modeling. That's what they do. They wear fake stuff. It's called modeling, genius. She can wear around. You haven't even tried to pull up any picture to match their stride. You ain't picked one model. Come on, Sharapova. Come on, give me somebody. Give me somebody who I gave you someone at 40 years old. You gave me zilch. All you gave me is excuses. That's all you gave me is excuses. Okay, to name one since she's not as good looking as other women. Other women age, black women don't age much, but they look average and manly their whole life. Oh, you're just a sad piece of work. You poor guy. You're a little hurt, ain't you? You sound a little hurt about something. What happened? Black girl turned you down? Or even worse, a black girl turned you out and then didn't want you? Something happened to you that hurt your little feelings, because you still can't name me not one black woman, not one white woman who compares to any other black woman that I mentioned and look better than them. You can't. You can go dig in your archives. Go pull up one of your 25-year-olds. You can't do it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry black women look better than your women. That dark skin, that chocolate. You know you want some. You know you want some. Yeah, that's what it is. You fainting for it. You fainting for a black woman. Yeah, you did. You're fainting for some chocolate and you can't get any, so you want to criticize black women. But nonetheless, your white counterparts know the deal. They know the deal. That's why all these black women are winning awards. That's why. No. Black women aren't. No. That's a whole nother subject. See, this is what I'm saying. You couldn't match the conversation. So now you're trying to deflect. Now you're trying to tell me why black men are the least married. Nobody wants to marry them. No. That's a whole different issue. That's not got anything to do with the way the black women. But stick to the subject. Come on, name me somebody. Name me what. Look, I'll even give you 25. I'll take a 40-year-old black woman and match with a 25-year-old white woman. Come on, who you got? Throw a name out there. You've been doing all this laughing and ain't match my stride whatsoever because you can't. You can't. On America's Top Model, who's the majority race that is there? Black women. Black women. The highest paid model on the planet is who? I'm not even going to read your comments because you're not saying anything. The highest paid model on the planet is who? Lauren, you can do it. You can do it. Let's see if you're on there. Come on, you can do it. Who's the highest paid model ever? And it ain't Brooke Shields. Come on, you can do it. You can. Come on, get it out. Start here. Bring it out. Bring it up. No, you can't do it. Yeah, see. You cannot match the beauty of a black woman. No one on the planet can. As far as them being married, that's a whole different story. But as far as how good looking they are, you cannot match them. All you can do is put your little laugh stuff up there because you're just being annoying. I'm not even going to read the stuff you're writing anymore because you don't want to meet me where I'm at. Answer the question. Put your best looking white woman up there. Who you got? Because after 30, you discard them anyway. See, black women still look good well into their 60s. Well into their 60s. Well, now take a 60-year-old, you can take a 60-year-old black woman and compare her to, listen, I just looked on World Star a couple days ago and a woman was upset because people thought she was a grown-up in the 90s when she is only 5 years old in the 90s. She's like, I'm only 30. She's like, I'm 35. They thought she was like 65. You can't name me one white woman who looks better than a black woman, and a black woman is 20 years older. You can't do it. See? Elizabeth Taylor. Woo! You know what? That was a good one. Nope. Even when she was the African queen, nope. Entertainment of the Shrew, nope. And those were the glam years. Nah. I'll even give you Marilyn Monroe. You can throw her out there. Good old Emma Jean, fine as wine, still is beat. None of those women were beating black women back in the day. You can just go ahead and take a young Felicia Rashad. Bam, it's over. And Emma Jean had a body. Marilyn Monroe had a dope body. Can't touch Felicia Rashad. Not even close. Felicia Rashad, even when she was on the Cosbys, was banging it out. You can't match us. It's not gonna. Iman looks like a corpse. Well, that corpse is the highest paid model in history. Sorry. Elizabeth Taylor was a good try, though. I give you that. That was a good try, and that's only because she had purple eyes. Oh boy, now you're just grasping at straws. Iman looks good, and that's just that. To what other women? According to what judgment? Iman doesn't hold a candle to other women. She's one of the most beautiful women in the world. She doesn't. To who? How are you judging it? See, you're going off your little widow feelings that are all butt hurt because some black girl wouldn't give you no punana. But you're not going off of facts. I'm going off of facts. I'm going off of monetary facts. That's what I'm going off of. I'm telling you for a fact that that judges actually came together and was just like, boom, these are the most beautiful women in the world. I'm telling you for a fact that other people who are in the profession of beauty are like, this is the most beautiful. This is the most beautiful. You, bro, anybody else got anything? Because this person's done. But good try with Liz Taylor. She's not the only person I mentioned. Every other person I mentioned, you said that they're mixed with something, but nonetheless they're classified as black. But nonetheless they're mixed with something. I just gave you Iman because Iman's not mixed with anything. There's Iman. Hold on. Let me shut you up. Well, you're not gonna shut up. You know what? Who you should have mentioned was Kylie Jenner. Because right now she's at the top of the game, but is Kylie Jenner white? Is Kylie Jenner white? That's who you should have went with. You might have had an argument. At her age, that's who you should have went with. Kylie Skin and Bones Jenner, who she's the highest paid model right now, but as far as beautiful, okay, that's Iman. Hold on, I'm gonna look up something else. So you might have had an argument, but you're too goofy. You're too goofy. You picked. Oh, you picked the wrong people. Yeah. I'm sorry. Iman still looks way better than Kylie Jenner at her old age. You just. But let's go for fact. Let's go for Miss America. Last year. Let's see. Who's Miss America in 2020? Miss America and okay, I'm confused. Okay, they seem to have two people. Okay, so Miss America was a white woman who is Camille Schrier, or however you say her goofy name. White woman last year. That's 2020. I'm trying to help you out. But Miss America ditched Atlantic City swimsuit and more. But they have a black woman, Miss America, some local. Okay, so compilation. Okay, so there's two televised Miss America. Okay, so there's two different Miss America. There's one that's black and there's one that's white. And I'm confused about that because I'm not a pageant person. I don't know what this black woman's name is, but we'll skip it and see. So there's two Miss Americas, one that's black and one that's white. And I'm thinking that, okay, this is Miss New York, Miss America, Miss Universe. Yeah, okay, so Miss America compilation. Let me look because there's a black woman here. Miss America compilation date set. I just want to. Okay, in 2019 it was a black woman. In 2020 it was a white woman. I'm trying to help you out. I'm trying to give you some. Obviously, black women will win Miss America. Why is it obvious? I look so stupid, but I'm doing your job. Guys just not into black women in the end. Now you sound foolish. It's better to be extremely beautiful for a short time while aging gracefully than look average on you. Who looks average all their life? Black women will win. Who looks average all the way? The last year a white woman won. So what do you mean it's see, you're just all over the place. You have no facts, you have no data, no nothing. You're just all over the place. Anyways, I'm getting back to the topic at hand, which was Asian men should not be putting their hands on black women. And that's just the way I feel. I think that I'm looking for some water. I don't have any. I think that it's just unnecessary to be beaten up on black women. Get some more of this orange juice. Got some water downstairs. Won't win. Guys just not into black women at the end. Who's not into black women? You'll never win in a professional battle. I'll never win. You can never win a personal preference battle. No, but I was naming facts. It wasn't personal preference. I was asking who's the highest paid model ever. It's a black woman. But who's the highest paid model now? It's Kylie Jenner. Who was Miss America? See, I wasn't going off of personal. I was going off of numbers. That's why I was giving them a chance. I was like, okay, what are the numbers? I don't really like to go off of personal opinion too much. I like to go off of facts and data, things that you can see and look up. So I went ahead and did his job for him and went and looked it up for him. Okay? All right? Maybe he liked black men. Okay, see, now you're about to get blocked because you're just being stupid. Now you didn't get nobody. Black women are masculine? Who? What? Hold on a second. Black women are masculine. Who are, okay, so black women are masculine. What race of woman, what race of woman dominates the bodybuilding competitions? As in the majority of race that are in bodybuilding competitions. Just ask it. The majority of the majority of women that are out there lifting weights, getting big as hell, muscular, in the gym 24/7, looking like a whole man, and going on stage and flexing. Who race of women is that? Who dominates that competition? Not as in the winner, but who's the majority of race that's... Go ahead and just throw a penny at it and see if you can hit it. Go ahead, just take a wild guess. Just put your hand over your eyes and just throw a dart at it. And anywhere you land, it's probably going to be the same answer. White women. Masculine. You ever see one of these white women? They got one woman recently who was, I think she was called the golden, the golden tiger or the bronze tiger or something like that, where she was doing all those drugs and lifting and getting swole as heck. You know what she looks like now? She looks like a crack fiend now. She looks like one of these women who are on, with what's the white drug that they're doing? What's the? It's not crack. It's the other drug that white people are wiping themselves out doing. What is it? Forgot what it's called, but it's an epidemic. It's a pandemic in America. So it's an epidemic since it's not pan. It's not everywhere. Pan is everywhere, but it's an epidemic here in America. Fentanyl. That's what she looks like, and I think she's actually on one of those, either that or cocaine. Who's okay? Okay, let's stop here because you're criticizing black women on a whole, and they deserve some criticism. But you said black women are the most masculine. Okay, all right. So when it comes to masculine, as in muscle mass, as in looking like a man, acting like a man, you cannot say black women are who hold the majority in that. When, according to statistics, white women dominate that area. You guys are some real weirdos, man. You don't want to look up nothing. You just want to throw stuff out there. Black women are masculine. Most men, except the feminine ones, don't like them. I don't even know what that's all about. You take a black woman's hair off, she looks like a man. Really? Ah, boy. You take a black woman's hair off, she looks like a man. The average black woman looks more rough than the average non-black woman. You still have no statistic to back that up. That's all personal. That's all personal. Some guys find female bodybuilders extremely attractive. The operative word is some. Again, personal preference. Hamburger, cheese. No, that's not personal preference. No, see, you're misconstruing that. You're heavily misconstruing that. Okay. If you take an amount of guys, you take a sample of men who like women who bodybuild and are all swelled up like that, you can say, okay, these men like this. But I guarantee you that's not the majority. That's not the majority if you take a city, if you take if you took a neighborhood, a township, a borough. I guarantee you that the majority of men in whatever size sample that you take are not going to say, bodybuilders, I want to sleep with a bodybuilder. I want to mate, I want to have children with a woman who's built like a man. You know, that right there is personal preference. You're not going to get that one off. Not you, Tom. That mean what? Black women's faces are masculine. Black women's faces are masculine. You still can't bring me up a sample. You can't compare a sample of black women to a sample of white women. All you can do is talk. Talk, no statistics. And I'm sitting here. That's why I don't want to talk to you anymore. You guys, I'm not reading the comments anymore because it's not worth the conversation. If you're not going to talk about the subject at hand, which you guys are not, you're just going to keep spewing insults. So I'm just going to ignore it because you have no factual data. I'm a guy who likes the numbers. Show me the numbers. Show me the numbers. We can go look at the numbers and the amount of people who are in the gym and who are lifting weights to look like a man. We can look at those numbers. You can bring those numbers up. Why? Because every gym has a registration and you know they have the numbers right there. Every competition has registration. They have the numbers. You can pull that information up and you can look at YouTube and pull those numbers up and you can count on stage who's who and what's what. you can see the numbers for yourself. You guys are just spouting out insults, and I'm really tired of them. So I'm going to block you because I don't want to deal with your insults anymore. You have no factual data whatsoever. You got a bunch of white women out there trying to be men. You're like, black women, if you take their hair off, what do you mean if you remove their hair? If you take a part of being a woman away? Look, you got white women willingly getting rid of the softness of their tits and ass. Willingly. Taking drugs to do it. Dying. Wiping themselves out just to look like a man. Taking illegal drugs and everything. I mean, if you're going to go in the route of, who's trying to look like what? You got black women trying to make their asses bigger. You got black women trying to make their asses softer. Trying to get bigger tits, trying to look more and more like a woman. What are you talking about? You got an epidemic going one way, and then as far as white people, going the other way as far as black people. You got the black women trying to be more female, and you got the white women trying to be more masculine. White women are obsessed with the gym. They're over-obsessed with it. Over-obsessed with it. And the ones that aren't, you got a bunch of overweight white women. It all depends on what city that you're in and what culture that you're wrapped up in. I mean, you got some white women that are just huge, but you got black women that are huge too. Look, your race is, I don't know if you're trying to say your race is more superior in some kind of goofy way, but you have no numbers to back up anything, neither one of you. Anything that you're saying, you have nothing. And I can give you numbers all day, and we can both look it up and look at statistics, and you're going to find out that I'm right and you're wrong. It has nothing to do with personal preference. White women are trying to look more like men. They are. Black women are trying to look more like a female. Now, if you don't like the way a black woman looks, then don't bother them. Keep your mouth shut and go on about your business. Go get yourself one of them bodybuilding white women that you're so obsessed with. Got bigger arms than you do. Go get yourself one of them. Go get yourself one of them crazies that are in the gym at 4 o'clock in the morning. Go ahead, get yourself one of them. Her ass so tight you can bounce a quarter off them. That's what you like? I like my woman soft. You know what I'm saying? I like her to be, I like to be able to, pick my woman up, hug her, and get her, you know what I'm saying? Hug your woman, she's going to break your back. Your woman punch you in the arm, she's going to crack a bone. She's going to beat you up. That's what you like. I mean, since the feminization of white men has started, the whole Me Too movement, now everybody loves women and hates men. I mean, they're kicking your ass. I can see why you want to come down on somebody. Because as soon as you get a white woman in your house, you are no longer the owner of the house. You just pay the bills. Yeah, I get that. You're talking about black women. Nobody wants to marry black women. Well, who wants to marry somebody who's going to take away everything from them? White women are stripping you down to nothing. You got 1 million men right now who are out of work and refuse to go back to work. Do you know why? The Me Too movement. The Me Too movement actually started by 2 guys. And white women hijacked it. Scarlett Johansson and all that. All the feminists came out and hijacked that whole movement and start making false claims against who? White men. And they start feminizing white men. That's why white men are talking about it's cheaper to keep her. Happy wife, happy life. You're afraid of your own women. You're scared to death of them. I'm going to correct me if I'm wrong because we can look at the statistics. Come on. You want to do it? Come on, where's all that mouth at now? You're afraid of your own women. Your own women pussyfied you. They turned you out. They went and took everything you have. I dare you to face a white woman in court. Try it and see what happens to you. Oh, no lip now? Huh? They'll take everything. Why are men being kicked out of their own house and being forced to sleep on the street? Go get a hotel. White women are taking your children and then going and banging black men. Let's talk about it. You want to start something? Let's talk about it. Oh, don't go nowhere now. Don't go nowhere now. Yeah, I want to talk about black people. Why are white women, a lot of white men acting black now, looking like Rachel Dolezal? Why are they sleeping with a bunch of black men and their husbands know it? Their husbands are letting them do it. Because if they don't, the wife will divorce them. And if the wife divorced them, they have to pay. They have to pay for the divorce. The wife doesn't have to pay for it. They will take they will take your pension. They will take your children, your house. They'll even take your car and leave your stupid ass on the curb. And no, they will, and they've been doing it. Where's all your lip now? White women make you look stupid. They make you look small. Your white women hate you with a passion. How you going to let a white woman that you love and you got children with have sex with a man that you hate? Oh, black women are ugly and black men this and that, but you have to sit there and watch it, or she leaves you. If she pulls that financial trigger on you, everything you earned, that little job you had for 20 years, and you helped raising children and gave that money to her every day, all gone. Just say one stupid thing. A white woman to take you to court and strip you of everything, including your pride. Oh, there's no lip now? There's no feedback? No yada 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 now? Yeah. 1 million men out of work. The MGTOW movement at large. Where did all that come from? Where did the MGTOW movement come? Come on, I can give you numbers. You guys can't give me anything. Where did the MGTOW movement come from? Come on, let's go. You guys were talking all that stuff about black women. Let's talk about white women. I love this stuff. Where did the MGTOW movement come from? Who started the MGTOW movement? Where did it come from? You think black men started the MGTOW movement? Do you guys even know what the MGTOW movement is? Come on. No? You guys don't want no part of that conversation? So you thought you was talking to somebody who just talking. Nope. I'm a smart black man. I have a degree in everything too. Yeah, not that I have a degree in everything, but I have a degree. All right? Come on, let's talk about it. Because see, this is my field. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yeah, this is my field. It's not personal preference. It's not personal preference when I can bring up statistics. Everything I said to you is statistical. There's nothing to do with personal preference. I think black women are the most beautiful women on earth. I don't care what anyone said. Good stuff. No, I'm relaxed. But they was talking big smack about black women and they talk about white women. Let's go. Let's talk about white women and how destructive they are. They started a trend that has gone all over the world. The Me Too movement went all over the planet. And these women stripped CEOs down to nothing and put them in jail. These women told lies upon lies. These women go into, no, let's talk about the white woman. Let's go. Listen, okay, here's another thing that you can look up. Like I said, it's not personal preference to me. Look up teachers that slept with their students and see what face pops up. I'm not talking to the wall. I'm talking to 5 other people who are here. And I'm talking to the many people who are going to come here and listen. Goodbye. Peace. But let's talk about black women. Let's talk about white women. Let's go ahead and do it. Come on, let's look up the teachers who sleep with students. Let's just take the last 3 years. Teachers who sleep with students. Take the last 3 years. And look at the majority of face that's going to pop up. White women. And then you get another statistic out of that. How many of them were married? Here's another statistic for you. How many of them were sleeping with students that were not white? I mean, just think about that. Your teachers, these married suburbanites, are going to middle schools, high schools, grade schools, married, and banging out the students. In one school, all of the students were black. Listen, not all of the students that slept with her, all of the students, the majority of the students in the school were black. They only had a few white. And this teacher was running through all of them until a white student stepped up and was just like, I want some of that too. Went to the teacher. She said no. He said, why? She's like, because you're not black. So he's the one who spilled the beans on the teacher. Now go to the court system. How many of those teachers are doing time? The white woman has totally disrupted America. 100%. White woman is the most dangerous person on the planet. The most dangerous person on the planet. You don't even understand that. When it comes to the political system, the white woman influences the political system like no other. Why? Because there's more of them here. All this gay stuff and homosexuality and all this transgender stuff, where do you think all that came from? It's called the feminization of America. That came from women. Don't talk about black women again, ever, any of you. Don't talk about the way they look. Don't talk about the stuff that they do. Don't talk about nothing. You leave that to us. You concentrate on your own race. Because your race of women and what they've done to America is a travesty. It is a crime. What they've done to the political system is a crime. What they're doing to the average, everyday working guy. And here's the thing. I'm on the white guy's side. See, the Me Too movement wasn't made for black women. It wasn't. They had Hillary Clinton and Planned Parenthood for black women. That destroyed the black man and the relationship between the black man and the black woman. We had Jim Crow laws long before the Me Too movement. So we've been getting destroyed. They've been locking us up for stuff that we didn't do, killing us for absolutely no reason. We already know they've been taking the man out of the household, of the black women and our children, and then telling the black women that black men are the enemy. We already know that story. But what the white woman is doing right now, this is just rich. This is something new. They have completely feminized white men. They've gone as far as pretty much. You can't even if a white guy is with his wife and he looks at another woman wrong, it's lights out for him. They've totally got you looking like a whole woman. Hell, they even dress some of you up as women. And the white woman has totally destroyed your confidence. White men live in fear of white women. They live in fear of their wives. You can hear them talking about it all the time. I used to work at Honda, at a factory. Okay? So I know the stories. White men fear their wives. Black men don't fear our wives. We don't fear our wives. Not one way, nothing. Mm-mm. We respect them, but we don't fear them. White men are afraid. They're scared to death. Their 401k gone. Hers gone. That white woman will take everything. And here's the thing. You fool around and leave that white woman or get divorced from her and then decide you want to go ahead and marry someone else. And then let that woman be making some money. Let you two be making some money together and see if that white woman won't take you right back to court and sue you again. The white woman is dangerous. Don't you ever talk about black women again. You guys can't even get up out of bed and not say good morning without your wife getting ready to, hand you some papers. And don't let some young 21-year-old fresh out of, Cal State come anywhere close to you. It's over. You look at that volleyball player out of Cal State, one time too many, it's lights out. And you know you're going to look. Especially if she's looking back. Oh, wait. Oh, Cal State. The center from Cal State. Oh, volleyball player. Lights out. You guys are afraid. You don't want to talk statistics with me. Look at the MGTOW movement. Look at what the MGTOW movement is doing. Look at that. What's that one movement where these guys, they can't get no ass. White women won't, the young white girls won't mess with them. There's a whole group of men. What are they called? There's a group of young men out there that can't get no coochie. The white women don't want to talk to them, and they're all virgins. So they're out there doing heinous crimes too. That one guy went and killed all those people. Had himself a little BMW and everything. Was pissed off because these women didn't want nothing to do with him. He had everything. You think, look, you're a man, you're white, and you got money here in America, and you went and offed a bunch of people because you couldn't get no ass. You couldn't get one of these little goofies at one of these colleges to give you some ass, and he went and just knocked off a bunch of people. Well, the white women did that to you. White woman did that to you. You don't see a bunch of black people doing that. You can't name me one story where a black man, good looking, got money, got himself a nice pair of wheels, is sitting in his car complaining about not getting no coochie. He may be complaining about a certain woman, but he ain't complaining about all women. No, this guy was complaining about all women that would not give him the time of day. Like he had everything going for him. He's a half decent looking guy too. White women did that to you. How about the open door policy? Come on, let's talk about that too. The open door policy has changed. There's no more soccer games, no more events. Companies are not doing that no more. The major companies that were having outings where you guys will all go and whatever for the company, they don't do that no more. Why? White women. Open door policy, no more. A white woman cannot walk into her boss's office. Even the vice president, Mike Pence, said that he will not be alone with another woman. If a woman is around him, his wife is there. White women did that. White women did that. White women are suing. One white woman's trying to sue us, but she's white and Asian. but she's backed up by Gloria Allred, just trying to sue a guy for giving her a kiss. And the woman accepted the kiss. She was a reporter. She wanted millions of dollars off of this guy because he kissed her. Oh, that's harassment. How? She kissed him and laughed about it. White women. The corporate America white woman has disrupted the whole planet with her goofiness. I don't ever talk about how nobody wants to marry black women when white women are literally ripping your nuts off and calling you a sissy and then getting bent over and gangbanged by black guys right in front of you. And there ain't a damn thing you can do. Don't ever talk about our women. Yeah, our women do some terrible things, but you guys, you guys, you're in trouble. You're not even a whole man to a white woman anymore. You're not. Once a white woman marries you, you're not even a whole man. Everything you have now belongs to the white woman. You stop me when I'm wrong. Try it. Go ahead and work at that factory and get yourself one of them little, work there for 20 years and then act like you want to dip out. Or just say something wrong to her one day. You're so whipped. Where do all these goofy holidays come from that serves the white woman? Where do they come from? Sweeties Day? All these stupid holidays that cater to women. All these dumb holidays that ain't worth a goddamn. They cater to nothing but women. Where do you think they came from? Black people ain't make those holidays. Sweeties Day. Where the hell's that come from? White women. And then fool around and miss it. Miss your wife's birthday and see if she doesn't have a fit. Don't listen to her when she's griping about something stupid at work. The majority of your wives are cheating on you. And some of them are doing it right in front of you, and you can't do a damn thing about it. And they're cheating with the people that you hate. Hell, some of them are sleeping with your own brothers. That one woman on that radio show called her and it was a joke. She was like, that's why I'm sleeping with his brother. And they were like, oh my God, it was a joke. Well, joke's on them. Yeah. Get out of here. Don't ever talk about black women. Well, white women have changed the whole face of the business planet. White women are terrible. And this is on a whole. This is not a matter of opinion. They're terrible. You can't be in close quarters with them. You can't say nothing to them. I've even experienced white women trying to do stuff to me like that. Going, oh, he said this, it hurt my. I was like, get out of here with that. Out of here. How white women tell lies on me. That's what they do. Some of them are cool. Some of them love their husbands and would never leave their husbands. But the majority of white women fell for that Me Too garbage. And now white men are wet. Talking about I ain't gonna marry. Black women are, nobody wants to marry them. Who wants to marry a white woman? Go get yourself a Becky. Go ahead and marry one. She's going to turn her ass up to the mailman or the first ball player she finds. Go ahead and look into your wife's phone. Dare you. I dare you. I dare you. Ask your wife for her phone. This little white wife you love so much. Ask her why she's going on a weekends with her boss somewhere. Most of y'all getting cheated on, y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even know. Y'all building them these big ass houses and they're sleeping with the guy who's the masonry guy, the guy finishing the sidewalk, out there putting it together, doing the weeds. He's knocking her back out. He's knocking her straight out. And you're the one that built this big old $400,000 house, 6-bedroom, 3 baths, 3-car garage, 3 floors, just a beautiful specimen of a building. And she's knocking out the dude who's making $15 an hour. Go ahead, look through your wife's phone. Look through her email. Look through your wife's work email. I guarantee you're going to find something suspicious in there. Just try it. Don't you ever talk about black women. And when you find out what your wife is doing, go ahead and act like you want to leave. And see what happened to you. We'll be reading about you in the news. Well, look what happened to Jeff Bezos. Wife took half. She took half of his cut. Half. Gone. Half. Guess who just got married? His wife. To who? A school teacher. Guy probably makes 50, 60 bucks, 50, 60 a year. Just became a billionaire. I'm just saying, half. Jeff built that company. His wife got half. Paul McCartney, half. White women. White women did that to y'all. Ain't no white man should ever raise his nose up or his voice to any black woman out here when you're sleeping with the enemy. You better not ever say nothing about no black women. Black women are this, black women are that. Yeah, okay. Let your wife be unhappy and see what happens. She'll be coming over to our house in a robe and a G-string and then sending it back to you, sending a film to you or what's going on. Yeah, white women are good. You got y'all hillbillies, y'all try that. Y'all corporate Americas, y'all try that. You blue collars, y'all try that. Y'all raise your mouth and get to talk about, black people and black women and all this other stuff. And the next thing you know, your woman is knee deep in some stranger's house, getting lit up and going there every day. Heck, half of y'all are on drugs. Half of you white people, you're killing yourself on fentanyl. You're killing yourselves. You're coming to the hood to buy drugs. Hell, you don't even have to come to the hoods now. And the thing about it is, black people aren't supplying you with those drugs. You guys are making it yourself. You even made a whole show talking about it. Breaking Bad. You're talking about your own people killing your own people in mass numbers. Listen, when the Crips and the Bloods were killing each other, the Ku Klux Klan sent out a letter and said, "Thank you, black people, for doing our job for us." So if there's any race that does not like white people and wants them to disappear off the planet, guess what they're doing now? They're celebrating because you're doing it to yourselves. Black people aren't engineering fentanyl. Your enemy is not engineering fentanyl. It's the guy who lives next to you. And he's white as can be. And he's selling that trash to you. And you guys are taking it in your house, and you and your children are dying from it. You're just dying. You're falling off the planet. You're killing your own self for a drug. Don't you ever talk about black people and how horrible they are. You guys are out of your damn mind. You guys are out of your mind. You start these little goofy wars and go over to the other side of the planet and take their oil. You know what I'm saying? Get a bunch of your own people killed. That's what George Bush did. George Bush started a war. He is an oil and warmonger. And he sent a bunch of you goofies over there, just like his daddy. You gotta understand, the army is not made up mostly of black people or Hispanic people. It's made up mostly of white people. White men, to be exact. And they send you over there fresh out of high school and get you blown up. Look at D-Day. Look at what your own president did to you on D-Day. I mean, don't you y'all better not ever say nothing about black people. White people will wipe yourself off the planet and enjoy doing it. Your president sent thousands and thousands and thousands of people over there to take what, Normandy, wasn't it? Storm Normandy? To storm that damn beach. And they said the only way we're going to do it is if we do it in mass numbers. Meaning you are disposable. There were men who were killed before they even left out of the ships. The bullets went right through the hull of the ships. And sometimes when they opened the gate, they just opened fire and just cleared out mass numbers of you. Your president don't care about you. Your president didn't care about you then. Your president doesn't care about you now. You are a number. Don't talk about black people. Yeah, black women got their issues. Black men got their issues, but white people got some issues that have been deep-seated forever. Your murderous ways even Ben Franklin was talking about how white people are going to be outnumbered. You're going to be outnumbered and it's all your fault. You can't fight wars on all these fronts and then try to replenish your number. Listen, in in Germany, they have put out an order. This is the government saying white people need to have more babies. They're actually paying for couples to have children. Like I said, I speak in facts. I don't speak in personal opinion. Go ahead and look all this information up. They're paying white people to have children. You know what the biggest black market is? White babies. I think that's the biggest black market. White children. Look it up. Look it up. White babies are the most coveted on the planet. Especially if it has what? Blonde hair, blue eyes. White babies. You can look all this information up. Couples are paying ridiculous amounts of numbers just to genetically have a white baby who came from a preferred stock. So you have doctors, lawyers, anybody who's making within 100,000 and over, their seed is valued, is highly valued. You got some guys who are doctors and lawyers and politicians all together. You got that one guy, he's a doctor, lawyer, and a politician. I mean, this guy's great. How much do you think his seed is worth? If he went to a sperm bank and emptied out in a sperm bank and sold his sperm, and they knew who he was, but of course they don't tell who they are, but they say, this person right here is a doctor, a lawyer, and a politician. How much do you think his sperm is worth? What do you think a couple will pay to have a child inseminated into the woman and have that child without the father? And the father be like, yeah, it's okay. Go ahead and inseminate my woman. Yeah, I want you to. Put the sperm into my woman's egg of this doctor. How much do you think they'll pay for that? Now, do you think they're doing the same thing for black people? All over the planet, a white baby is highly, highly, highly coveted, especially a white male. Why? Because you're losing white males by the thousands every day. You're losing them. And the majority of the time, it's because it's your fault. You're losing them to drugs, and you're losing them to war, and now you're losing them to old age. So if you just take fentanyl, and you can look, once again, you can look up statistics of fentanyl, cocaine, but especially fentanyl. If you look up the statistics on the loss of, you know what? Hold on a second. I'm gonna blow my nose, and I'm gonna come back, and we're gonna look up cause of death for white people. We're just gonna get it. We're just gonna get in it. Let's get in it. Let's go. Let's get in it. Let's get in it. Let's go. Let's just go ahead and dive. All right, you guys want to go ahead and dive into this? I said I wasn't going to go too long, but I've been on for almost 2 hours. But somebody gave me $5, so you know what? That's cool. I appreciate the love. I don't like when I'm talking for 2 hours and I get, nothing out of it. But, can a brother get a ham sandwich is all I'm saying. And I don't be asking for money, but it's appreciated. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it. Go out and get me a burger. Can I get a fish sandwich? I ain't disseminated enough information to get a fish sandwich. See, that's the problem with the world today. Nobody want to get you a fish sandwich. I can't get a fish sandwich. I can't get a ham and cheese up in this piece. That's what's wrong with the world today. Nobody want to get you a ham and cheese. I can't get a grilled cheese out of none of y'all. $3.99. A pickle and a soda. See, that's what's wrong with the world today. All right, so let's look up cause of death for white men. We're just going to Google this. Leading cause of death for white men, 2020 to 2014. Now, of course, this is any information that you guys can look up. Firearm-related deaths by race and age. Oh, yeah, firearms, too. You guys love to, knock each other off. So I'm going to take one of these graphs and try to look at abstract year potential life loss due to premature conditions. Yes, I like that. Premature conditions, meaning not old age. Now, you could probably go on the CDC and pull this up too, if you guys want to be more official. You know what I'm saying? Pull up something off the CDC, these numbers. Okay, so this is an abstract MP7 year of potential life loss due to premature, let me see if I can get this word right, cardiometabolic mortality in the United States going from 1999 to 2017. So that's the sample that we're using for all you statistic majors. Abstract age of onset of heart disease, or say cardiac disease. So, okay, and we're talking about heart disease, increasing potential loss. I don't want to talk about heart disease, but nonetheless, okay, CDC wide-ranging online debate, epidemiology. Okay, there we go. Epidemiological research. I'm just kind of skim through this. Underlying the death, calculated the standard. Okay, results between 2019, 2017 and 1999. Deaths were premature. Okay, that's 20%. Okay, so this is looking at overall premature YPLL from HD decreasing. Okay, so this is talking about heart disease. All right, that's why I wanted to scan through it to see if I could get a gist of what the conversation or what the demographics that they were using, what was the subject matter of the demographics. But this is cardiometabolic, so it is heart disease. I was hoping to get a, so I'm gonna have to pinpoint my Google search, and I don't know how to spell this word. I'm sure it'll try to spell it wrong. Okay, leading cause of death in men. Hold on, let me do this. Leading cause of death of white men with fentanyl. Okay, so cause of death of white men. 10 causes of death of white men. 10 causes of death among white men. I had to do research papers like this. Let me see if you guys are still here. Okay, you guys are still here. All right, it just takes time to bring this information up. Distributing of the 10 leading causes of death among the U.S. white population. Okay, so the white population, can I expand this? Additional information, okay. Diseases of the heart. So the number one disease of the heart is cardiometabolic. So it is 23%. The next is malignant neoplasm cancer. Chronic lower respiratory diseases, okay. Accidental, unintentional injuries, okay. I don't even know. Cerebral vascular stroke, Alzheimer's disease, diabetes, okay, just diabetes, influenza, the flu, intentional self-harm, suicide, I don't even know. Oh, kidney disease and kidney disease. All right, so distributing the leading cause of population. Okay, so those are pretty much all medical, but 23% is heart disease. It's from your heart disease. So I'm gonna look down here and see if it gives me a listing of, if it's gonna give me a listing of no, it's not. All right, so I did not get what I wanted here, but it did give me a readout of the diseases. All right, yeah, this is all the way up to June 2019, but it did not give me 10 causes. It gave me top 10 causes. No, intake, age. Okay, hold on a second. Let me see if you guys are still here. This information, it just takes a minute, you guys, so. Average intake of per day. Okay, I don't know why it's hard to. Okay, how about I'm gonna do it like this? There's a white man with not retinol, fentanyl. pH, isn't it? I don't know how to spell fentanyl. Okay, there it is. Fentanyl. Nope, I was wrong. I am not the world's best speller. It's FENTANYL. Or drugs. heroin, cocaine. Okay, so there is no statistic of that's not true. It's gotta dig deeper. Fentanyl drug overdose. This is what I wanted to know. Fentanyl, what is a fentanyl? We know what it is. All right, here's the CDC, and I'm gonna look up fentanyl. Amen. Fentanyl law enforcement overdose. Fentanyl increases opioids. I guess I should have said opioids. All right, so I can't. Drug overdose deaths hits record numbers in 2014. Both men and women. All right, so let me do this. So basically, because it's taken me a while to research this information. So basically, you guys can go on the CDC and you can pull up the information about any drug in any demographic, but you're going to have to do some digging to do it. And, if I knew the conversation was going to go here, I would have had that information up before I started the live. Anyways, people are leaving, so I'm going to go ahead and end the live. But you white folks, be careful what you say about black people, because black people are not perfect, but you guys are real screwed out right now, and you're screwing everybody else up. And I'm gonna tell you something. You white men, I can't wait till you go into these court systems and you shut these women up. Like, I can't wait until you just stand up for yourself. And any woman who comes in and claims, listen, over in Europe, if a woman makes a false claim, they don't go strip the man down of everything he has. They tell him that there's a claim against him. And then they find the evidence. And then after they find the evidence, they make a judgment to arrest this man or not. But they let him know that you are, this woman has made a claim of sexual violation against you. Then they find the evidence. And if they find out that the woman told a lie, and this has happened, they find out that this woman told a lie, guess who goes to jail? See, over here, the woman is not penalized for telling a lie. And I can't wait till the court systems start breaking the backs of these lying white women. I mean, for all the good white women, big ups to you. For all the white women, look, I know some good white folk. For all the good white women who love their husbands, not holding back the poo nanny from them, and all that other stupid stuff, don't mind keeping the house clean, don't argue with them, don't wring their damn necks whenever they come home from a hard day's work, know how to make a mean ham sandwich, keep the damn babies' butts clean, take the dog for a damn walk, and make sure their man hits the factory so he can get there and start a shift at 6 a.m. Look, we love you. We love you, white woman. We love any woman doing that, because you're the prime example of what America's supposed to be. For you women who are doing that, and you husbands who are appreciating those women, you are the shining example of America. For you whores that are breaking down America's core, you're messing over the corporate worker just to get a nickel. And for you dumbass lawyers who are allowing this to happen, I hope all of your money gets, burnt in a fire or something. I hope all your money, all your little lawyer money, everybody who went in and said, yeah, you did something that you didn't do, I hope everything that you get just turns to dust. And I hope you're the one who goes to prison for 20 years. And all you little girls who are telling lies on grown men, I hope you go to little girl jail. I'm tired of you walking away too. Your mother knew better. You and your mother, I hope both of y'all go to prison together. Hey, sit there in prison. You do 30 years and see how you like it. So all your youth is spent up, so you can grow up in jail. Nah, these little teenage girls run around telling these lies, go to jail. It was a lie. Guy never touched you. He doesn't even know you. There was a cartoon I seen where this guy is walking with this woman, and this teenager came out of nowhere and said, hey, you did this to me. And the woman looks at the guy immediately and is mean as hell, instead of looking at the little girl and going, what in the hell are you talking about? Automatically, they turn around, turn and look at the guy, and they both want to beat this guy's ass for something that's alleged. And the guy says, I don't even know you. It turns out it was a lie. But the woman takes the little girl's side and doesn't even care about the person who's feeding her, protecting her, keeping her nasty ass clean. This guy's buying all the stuff for you. This guy's housing you. This guy's protecting you if another man runs up on you wrong. But you want to look at this guy and throw him to the dust, knowing that there's a lack of men out there. There's a lack of men, especially in your age bracket, that's marriageable. But you want to dust this guy off and just so quickly turn him. And that's what these goofy women are doing. Instead of saying, little girl, go get your mother. Go get your mother and let's have a conversation. Which is the right thing to do. And then hash out whatever it is that you think is going on. And if the little girl's telling a lie, the police need to be called because that little girl is dangerous. And the police need to do something with her and her family. And go ahead and sue the hell out of them. I'm going to go ahead and sue your family because you told a lie. And my husband could have paid the penalty. Listen, companies don't even want nothing to do with men like that. They'll fire a man over who's been there for 15 years over allegations. They'll just get rid of him. They'll be like, you know what? We don't need that in this companies. Our shareholders are, our major shareholders. They're not going to go for that. So Dave, we know you've been good to us. You've been loyal for 15 years. It's a good chance you didn't do it, but you know how it is. We're going to have to let you go. And just cut the man off. Come to find out Dave had nothing to do with it. He doesn't even know this kid. Dave has been faithful, coming home to his wife and kids, has no idea what's going on. Guess what? Dave just lost his job. He just lost his job. That's happened all over America. And each one of you know a case that this has happened. This is white women doing this. White women are terrible. White women doing this. Going into the courts and just tearing the courts up. Tearing them up. And these white women lawyer walking in and, I mean, come on, just out of all the teachers that have been banging these students, there's only one that caught 30 years. There's only one white female teacher. She got 30 years for it. All the other teachers, they went in for a short time and they got out. And one teacher got caught. She turned herself in. She turned herself in, went to jail, and when she got in there, she divorced her husband. The white man can't win. He can't win. Wait a minute, you cheated on me with a child. You turned yourself in and then you divorced me. What do I do? What? You filed for divorce against me. What? I went to work. I paid the mortgage. I paid for all the kids. He did everything right. And his young, beautiful wife wanted to bone a 13-year-old, like for a whole year. Heck, the one chick that ended up marrying the kid she was banging, remember that? She brought the kid home and was knocking him off on the roof while the husband was in the house. The husband and her kids was in the house. This piece of trash was up on the roof with the 12, 13-year-old getting it in. Come on, man. The white man cannot win. I feel for some of you white guys. She's knocking boots. He's there in the house with the kids, and she's up there on the getting it in. I would have threw her off that damn roof if I would have. Oh no, she would have hit 2 stories. Good night. Oh no, him too. I threw him off the roof too. Oh, this is what y'all want to do? Nah, not here. And then leaves her husband and goes to jail, gets out of jail, was told you can't see him, goes right back to him, has 2 kids with him. Leaves the husband. What did the husband do? Nothing. He's like, I'm innocent in this whole thing. I have no idea. That woman just died, by the way. I forget what her name was, but she just died. The white man can't win. I can't wait till the white man takes the court system back. I can't wait till the white man takes the legal system back and goes and takes back the elections. I mean, I can't wait till but you can't, because the white women outnumbers white men. Because you goofies keep fighting wars on each front. We're at war right now. Who are we at war at now? We're at war right now. The last war last president just left. We're at war right now. Who are we at war with? Freaking Iran. Our troops landed in Iran. Why? Why? There's no more blockade. There was a blockade on the Strait of Hormuz, and that was when Obama was in. And our ships went over there to stop the blockade, and that was when Ahmadinejad was president. And we went over there and were just like, yo, if you don't cut this out, we're going to fire on you. And that's what they did. They were just like, okay. And that was all over oil. Then we went to the country to make sure they were not building nuclear weapons, which I still don't get why they are not allowed to build nuclear weapons, according to the Geneva Convention. It just makes no sense to me. You know, we can have silos everywhere. Listen, we have moving silos. We have 8 submarines that are nuclear submarines, which means they can run forever other than food. These submarines could run forever. Listen, when they start making unmanned submarines, it's lights out. But these submarines could run forever, and they have nuclear warheads in them that can destroy any landmass anywhere. If I'm lying, I'm flying. But Iran can't make, because they're classified as what? Come on. How do we classify them when we're the one in every country just, bullying the hell out of people? Get out of here. White man can't win. They got y'all fighting all over all over the planet, and your numbers are just dwindling every second, just down, 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 down. And now your white women are leaving you for, other men, and they're treating you like trash, and they're making you look like complete simps, like you guys ain't never picked up a hammer in your life. They're making you white women, look at the divorce rate. The divorce rate in this country is 51%. 51. The majority of time, who leaves who? White women are divorcing men. And same thing with black women. The majority of the time, black women are leaving the men. Majority of time, but the difference is the white women is controlling the household after that, and the white man is leaving with nothing, absolutely nothing. The difference is The white women control the courtrooms. The white women control the political aspect too. That's why they threatened Obama when he won his first election and said, if you don't put Hillary Clinton in there in some position of power, there's going to be a problem. Those white women told the president of the United States that. Look, the white women are the biggest problem on the planet. Terrible. The stuff that they're doing to their own men. You can't say nothing about black people on a whole. You can't say black people are, fat when what's going on, Polo? How you doing today? White people can't complain about black people being fat, ugly, their hair, robbing people. Y'all have no complaints. Y'all have enough problems amongst yourselves. You guys have the biggest problem. And here's the biggest problem with you white people. You're dying faster than you're creating life. You don't need to concentrate on any other race, white people, because you're looking at extinction level problems. And they're all caused by you. You're your own worst enemy. Just go on the CDC and look at the statistics, because the CDC is tracking everything that's happening to you. And if you need a wider scope, then go ahead and look at the World Health Organization. I don't hate white people. I don't hate white women. I can still admit that. Some of them are absolutely. Some of them are fine as heck. That some of them are attractive. Mostly yeah, I like me some. Keep it up, and I'm just gonna get rid of you. Yeah. Oh yeah. Freeman. I'm just getting rid of you. Shoot. Oh, they got some big old white. Oh, I enjoy me some looking at them. I mean, I'm not dating any of them. But the last white woman I dated was thick. And the one before her, she was thick. I miss both of them too. They were so much fun. But I'd rather marry a black woman, but black women are tripping right now, so I'm not going anywhere near that. I'd rather be, single and free. I'm not looking to marry a white woman. But nonetheless, I mean, they're built like sisters now. You can get a big booty white woman in a heartbeat. Give me a rent. Yeah. I just went ahead and blocked them. I'm just saying, you looking at a white woman, I mean, that's on you. I don't want any of them, but there's some that are attractive. I used to date a couple of them. Shoot, they're more friendly than black women. But they don't have the same struggle. See, a white woman is a lot more passive than a black woman. She didn't have that same struggle. And here's the issue with that. You can get yourself a white woman and fall back. You know what I'm saying? You could fall back a little bit. You could be at ease. You know what I'm saying? They're not tearing up black men as much as black women. Black women are ripping black men apart. But the thing about the white woman is she'll make you almost forget what you are. No, I don't date white women. I would if I found a nice one. She'd have to have dark features, though. Like somebody who is from, like she would have to be Italian or something like that. I'd date a dark-skinned Italian white woman. But the natural blonde, I'm not gonna say I wouldn't. I'm just saying this now is something I would look for. I mean, because some of them are pretty. It's just that I love dark skinned women so much, but they hate me. Dark skinned women hate me, but I can't help but to love them. So I'm just gonna be alone because the last white woman I did, she was great. She was so great. Even her sister had a black man. Oh my God, their family was great. They loved me. And I couldn't believe it. And they said, it just hasn't hit you yet, that, you've been accepted. And I was in, and it was true. They brought me Christmas presents. I had just got to know them. They brought me Christmas. I haven't had Christmas presents in 30 years. They brought me Christmas presents. And one of them I still use today. Her sister made me a blanket. I sleep with that blanket every day. I mean, they got me Christmas presents. But I couldn't stay with her because she was white. She had red hair too. Country girl, thick. Was always trying to give me some loving. You know what I'm saying? Had a nice house. Had a well, little dog. I mean, she was like, listen, I want you to move in here with me. And I was like, nope, I cannot move in with no woman. And eventually, we fell out and she cut me off. And if I would have moved in with her, she would have kicked me out and I would have been homeless. And that's why I don't live with no woman. You know why she cut me off? It's because I stopped sleeping with her. I stopped sleeping with her. And I haven't dated a white woman since. And this was some 8 years ago. I ain't touched one since. Just some of them look good, but if I can't have what I want, then I'm just gonna be alone. That's sad, isn't it? But it is what it is. I want me a nappy head black girl, a little dark skin, about 5'5", big old booty. You know what I'm saying? Came from the hood just like me. Knows how to throw down in the kitchen, throw down in the bedroom, and throw down on the block. I can't have that, then I'm just gonna be alone. That's just the way it's gonna be. But you white people are losing your lives on such a mass scale that it has caused alarms in this country and other countries. That there's just not enough of you to keep up what you're doing. Well, watch what's gonna happen soon. Either I say within the next 5 years, President Joe Biden is going to, and for one, I think he's going to get reelected. I think President Joe Biden is going to come out. He's going to have a press conference about the loss of life. He's going to use words like Americans, but what he's really talking about is white America. Because black people have large families, usually. And we've had presidents who've tried to curb that. This is one reason why I don't like Hillary Clinton and her husband, even though the economy was good when her husband was in. But they were all involved with helping curb the population of black people. And this has been happening since we've been here. They noticed, this has happened before we were here. Before we were here, we came out of Macedonia. So when we were in Egypt, before we were, I'm gonna say why. When we were in Israel, the Egyptians noticed. This is why we went into slavery there. The Egyptians noticed that we were spawning in large numbers. You lost attraction. I don't know what you mean by that. Why did I lose attraction to the white woman? She was a great person. She was a great person, great personality, but I stopped sleeping with her. Get out there and get her. Oh, she's been gone. Whenever she pretty much wanted me to leave, she stopped talking to me. I emailed her a couple times. You know why I emailed her? Because I wanted her water. She was drinking well water, and it was the best water I've ever tasted. And I told her, look, I'll buy your water. She didn't want me nowhere near around her. I believe it. I got relatives that live in Texas. But what was I talking about before that? I've been on it for a couple hours. I forgot what it was. Talking about the CDC or the World Health Organization. Oh, the loss of life for white men is, I think Joe Biden is going to bring this up within the next 5 years. The alarming rate that white men are losing their life. And you can't say, okay, there's a reason why white women outnumber white men. For one, women outnumber men, period. Where I live, women outnumber just men out, women outnumber men 18 to 1, I believe. So, and this is at voter registration age. That's how you can get those numbers. Or you can look at the birth rate and then take it from there and start at, wherever, and then look at how many women are actually in your state or anywhere, women and men, and you'll notice that the majority of the time it's 7 to 1, somewhere around there. But in this case, in Ohio, it's like 14 to 18 to 1. So it's a lot of females. And like I said, this is 18 and over. There's just a lot. And I got that number by the voters. So there's even more out there. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at those statistics, those numbers are exasperated because of the death of the things that cause death in men that are premature. So of course, when you look at all the diseases, 23% is caused by a disease. 23% of the white male populace is caused by a disease. It's heart disease? Heart disease. And then when you start looking at drugs, and then you start looking at warring amongst themselves, and then when you look at war itself, those numbers just go through the roof. And so listen, when you look at our standing army of, I don't know how many people are in the army itself, but the majority of them are men. Men die faster than women because of our aggressive nature. So you have a lot of men that are dying, and you don't have all these women that are reproducing, more males. Actually, there are more women being born than there are men. So the numbers just keep going down because of all these reasons that men are dying. Well, the majority of these men that are dying are not black men. They're white. You understand there's 245 million white people in America alone. There's 40 million black people. There's 2 million Indians. That's American Indian. And there's close to, I forgot how many Hispanics. But the Hispanic population will outnumber the white population, and it's supposed to be somewhere around 2060. It's not too long from now. It's 30 years from now. There's going to be more Hispanic people in America than there will be white people. All these numbers you can look up in the CDC or the World Health Organization. You can look them all up. Like I said, this is not personal opinion. These are all facts. When you look up these numbers, and white people who know these numbers look these numbers up, they go, we're dying. This is where you get all this fear and all this hate from. Usually where you get these people who are attacking Asian people now, it's because that number has just went up. I mean, if the numbers of the death toll of coronavirus are true, the majority of people who died are white people. Now they're saying that, because black people live amongst each other in close quarters, that a lot of them are dying. Well, you have to understand that the black people can replenish their numbers a lot faster than white people can. White people on a whole do not have over, two children. You know what I'm saying? Statistically, it's good. They're just not going to have over two children. Of course, there are some large families, but the majority, taking the median, you look at the median time, take the average, you go, white people have one to two children, and that's it. That's all the mom wants to have. I want to have two kids. That's it. I want to keep my figure, yada, yada, yada. She has two kids, she's done. Black people, they just have kids. They keep having them. Next thing you know, there's 6, 8 of them, 10 of them, 11, 12 of them. My aunt had 11 kids. My mom had 6. So because of these large families, it just isn't going to, it just isn't going to take too much time before we just outnumber white people, period. As a matter of fact, the largest population on the planet is actually Asians. There are more Asians on the planet than anybody else. And that's a feat itself, because they were actually killing their women. They were killing them when they became girls. Female infanticide. They're actually taking them and saying, can't use you. Or they were getting rid of them because they didn't have enough space. So they're taking the females and just killing them because they're running out of space. Well, what happened? They have nothing but a bunch of horny men around who can't, find a woman. And now the men are hyper aggressive when it comes to being around women. This is why there are trains that only have a particular sex on them. So the women are encouraged to ride the train where the women ride, so they don't get openly attacked on the train. This is an epidemic over in their country. If a woman gets on a male train, it's a good chance that she's going to be sexually assaulted. Here's the thing. There's a good chance she already knows that. And some women that are sexually assaulted just let it happen. They don't move. They know it's coming. They got on the train where it's mostly males. They know there's more males in that country than there are than there are women. And they get on that train and they know some guy's going to squeeze them up. He's going to do whatever and take it to a complete limit. And the woman will just sit there or stand there. Their trains are so crowded, they have to push people into the train. So you can imagine being a 20-ish female and jumping on a train with a bunch of businessmen, and you're squeezing together just to put people in there because there's so many people. Oh, they're about to do something to you. But this is the life that they created. They were killing their women on purpose. They were taking the females and just offing them because there just wasn't enough space. Some real cruel stuff, isn't it? That's what they did. So, yeah. The Asians are, there's more of them than there is anyone else. And they are the largest landowners on the planet also. But they better duck and cover if they, want to come over here and be ultra aggressive. They can come over here and do their business, but they're not going to come over here and be beating up on our women. They better take that somewhere else. And now I seen a report where Asian people are arming themselves. with like assault rifles. Listen, you're in America, Jack. You're in America. All right? You're not you're not facing down your own people. You're not in a country that has never been at war with you. You're at a country who's been to war with you. They dropped two nuclear bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Let's get this correct. And that was in Japan. Let's get this understood. The people who are your real enemy, the white people who are your real enemy, they don't care nothing about you buying guns. Joe Biden put out a press conference talking about stopping people from the use of assault rifles. How many militias are out there? Just how many militias do you think they're out there? Because that's who they're going to have to stop. I mean, I live near Michigan. So, yeah, there's that. It's like, good luck. Like, you can go and buy weapons, but what's going to happen is the people who are really after the Asian people for, whatever, I mean, they already took 6 of them out with him. I don't know what rifle he used. That's just going to escalate. You're not going to have one guy and then say, oh, he was a lone wolf. You go ahead and arm yourself, Asians. But what you need to do is probably leave. And there's millions of you here, but there is more white people here than there is Asians. And if they want to start wiping you out, they will. Right? We not gonna arm ourselves and come to see Asians. We just don't care. Heck, we still eat your food and buy your products. White people don't buy your products; they buy your stocks. They invest in you and things like that. But white people don't care about you. Black people love you. White people don't. Yeah, go ahead and start beating up on white women like that. Beat up on a white woman you think stole something. See what happens to you. See what they do to you. You Asians that want to be tough. Go ahead and slap a white woman and beat up on her in front of her children. That'll be the last time you slap anyone. That same day, your store will be torched. And there ain't a damn thing nobody's going to do about it. Not one. Because the police are going to be on their side. And they're not even going to look for them. They'll take a report. Police don't care. They'll take a report. What happened? It was somebody burned your store down. What'd you do? You slapped a white woman? Really? In front of her daughter? You just cold cocked her right in front of everybody. Really? That's what you did? All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and arrest you for assault. And as far as your store is concerned, you got insurance? Yeah, you're going to need some insurance. Hope you got insurance. Anyway, you're going to jail. Police ain't going to be on your side. There is no more justice. Donald Trump made sure of that. There is no more justice. There's none. There's the Game of Thrones. That's what there is. There's no justice. Donald Trump made that very, 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 very clear. There is no justice. There is the Game of Thrones. That's what it is. It is all power. The United States military was on Donald Trump's side on the 6th of January. So I'm telling you, Asian people, if I was you, You got a nice house here. You live up in the suburbs. You were born here and all this. If you got ties to your motherland, you should go home. Come down here to Texas, bro. What's going on, Supergirl or Stargirl? Yeah, if you Asians got ties to the motherland, go home. Just go home for a short while. I know you make your money here off of black people, but it's not worth it. It's not worth. There's nothing you're gonna sell in that store that's worth your life. And white people are going crazy right now. And take it from a race who knows about white people going crazy. Rosewood, Black Wall Street. We know all about white people snapping out and going crazy. Listen, you guys are you're in trouble. The more people that die from coronavirus, the more white people that die from coronavirus, the more Asians are in trouble. Yeah, you're in big trouble, Asians. You can arm yourself all you want. It's not going to help you because your women aren't going to walk around with AR-15s. So all your women are going to walk around with handguns now. You guys are going to have a shootout at the salon. You're not going to do that. You're not going to do that. At the nail, all your nail techs are going to be loaded with Smith & Wessons. So if a bad guy comes to the nail shop and just starts gunning, you going to gun him down? One white guy? What do you think is going to happen after that? When the news flashes that this white male was shot by an Asian owner of a nail salon. Y'all dusted him off with a 223. And this guy is laying there, busted up, gone. And in news flash, they show this guy, this 25-year-old. What do you think? You think that's going to be the end of it? Nope. Think you're just going to go to work the next day? They're going to pipe bomb that place with you in it. Hell, you might hear a backblast area all clear and then hear somebody click a button. You might see a bazooka or something coming your way. Listen, they're going to tear that place up. And it would be best if you left the country. See, you can leave the country because all your money you use here and when you gain here, and then you take it back to your country and help your people in your country. You guys can go home. It ain't as sweet over there as it is here, but you can go home because you still have a dictatorship over there. But you guys can go home. You can dip out right now and go home. I'm telling you, Asian people, you should go home. I'm telling you now. There has been a mass exodus of black people moving out of the country, going to Ghana. I thought about it myself. A lot of black people are leaving, going into different parts of Mexico and stuff like that. People are just leaving because the police have just lost their damn mind and there's no more law. I mean, there were 5 black men hung last year. That's that we know of. That a 14-year-old shot in the back of the head by the Chicago shop. 15 by the Chicago cops. 8-year-old girl shot. Had a little boy, wasn't even 1 year old, shot in the head. Little boy, 1 year old. Cops just shot him in the head. In the back seat of the car, just bang. They were aiming for some guy who stole something, and this guy ran to this car, and this female was in it. And so instead of getting the guy out of the car, they start shooting at the guy, the female, and the baby. And they shot the baby in the head with no accountability. Cops just blew that, bam, just to kill this one guy. They did not care. Listen, the police are not the same anymore. There's no negotiating with the cops. None. If you run, you die. If you stand there with your hands up, you die. If you go to jail, if you get in the back of the police car, they shoot you in the back of the head. You're lucky just to get to the jail. And then you might get Sandra Bland. And then they'll take a picture of you dead. So there's no rules when it comes to the police. And the Department of Justice does not care. Whoever's leading the Department of Justice, they need to be removed a long time ago. So I'm telling you now, it's a Game of Thrones, people. There's no law. You can quote the law all you want. It's not going to help you. If the police want to do something to you, they will. Heck, they just shot that white girl. That white girl was like 20-something years old. A little young thing. And, I don't know what the cops said to her, but when they pulled her over, she was with someone else. They put someone else in the, I don't even think they put him in the car, put her in the back of the car, got in the back of the car and shot her through the mouth. Clack! Turned the cameras off and everything. They shot that girl through the mouth, a white girl. Wow! Blew her head off. No, there's no rules. They cut that one black woman up in New York and then threw and had her body spread around the park. Did the same thing to another black woman. Cut her whole head off. Killed my friend. And left him on he was a young guy. Killed him. I knew him. I used to go to poetry with him. Just killed him. So black people are leaving the country and going to Costa Rica, Ghana. Some are going to Nigeria and other parts of the country, of the continent of Africa. So different countries. Yep. So that's a suggestion for some people. But for Asian people, you Asian people should leave. That's kind of, you almost take that the wrong way, like, oh, that's a racist thing. That's not racist. For one, I can't be racist because somebody who's racist has the power to be racist. They have the financial power to be racist. They have the financial power to discriminate. I do not have I cannot be a racist. I don't have the financial fortitude to be a racist. I cannot change anything with the little piggy bank that I have. That's why black people are not racist. You understand what racism is? Black people can't tell somebody to drink from one fountain or go to one bathroom or another. Black people do not have the financial power to do that. We don't have the power to kick you out of certain places and things along that route. We don't have the corporate power to do that. So black people are not racist. We're not. You know what I'm saying? Especially systemically, we're not racist. We may not like someone, but we're not racist. But for you Asian people need to pack up shop. And I know that you think that that ain't gonna happen again. As a one-off, that was a test. What that white dude did was a test. That's all that was. It was a test to see what reaction was going to happen. He didn't even claim that it was racially motivated, although he killed 6 Asians. I don't even know what race the other 2 people were. But he killed 6 Asians. He went to 3 different spots and killed 6 Asians. That was on purpose, and it was premeditated. Premeditated, people. You're going to see more of that. And I'm not hoping it happens. I just know it's going to happen. As long as coronavirus is still killing people, you're going to have people who are upset about it, and they're going to lash out. And it's best that you're not in the way of it. Listen, there are some neighborhoods that I don't go to. I just don't go there. There are some black neighborhoods I don't go to because I'm not from there. There are some white neighborhoods that I don't go to because I'm not from there. I know if I go into these neighborhoods, there's a good chance that I'm not going to come out. These are just things that I know. And I'm telling the Asian people, if you can go ahead and get on a plane and go somewhere for, I don't know, a year, you should do that. There will be nothing wrong with that. There would be no harm, no foul, no shame in that. Take your family, go back home. You have enough money. Go back home, live there for a whole calendar year. Shut your shop down. Stop taking inventory. Sell off the inventory that you do have. Keep the shop. It's not going anywhere. Keep the shop that you own. Keep the house that you own. Hell, rent the house out for Airbnb. You can do that. You can rent your whole house out. I'm going to rent this house out for a year. Just rent it out. Every now and then, come catch a plane back, check up on everything, boom, 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 go back home. Do that for about another year till this clears up. Then when all the aggression and everything clears up, boom, come back, open up shop, fill your store up, take inventory, move the people in the Airbnb out, take back over your home, fix everything up, no harm, no foul. Everything's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. You'll still be making money. It's just a good idea. But the white people are upset. When white people get upset, heads roll. I mean, they kill everything. They love it. They love it. And you got more angry white men on the planet now than ever. I mean, their white women are just kicking their ass, so they're angry about that. Some of them can't even get no ass, so they're angry about that. I mean, their hatred for other nations that have been fed to them by the media and presidents. I mean, the president encouraged that. The disease came from China. And, like, you should be mad at Asians. You think these people aren't Trump? Listen, Trump supporters, listen. Some Trump supporters, I don't even mind. Because everybody has a choice. You know what I'm saying? On who they want to run for president. You can't really blame somebody for the choice. I don't go to a Trump supporter like you're out of your mind. You know what I'm saying? I'm an appliance guy. You know, I've ran into some of them, doing my job. And I don't go, why are you a Trump supporter? I'm just like, hey, that's what you choose. You want to be a Trump supporter. But listen, there are fanatics on each side. Some people can take the support of a president and misconstrue it as if the president was a dictator. And there has been nobody who has been more closer than that in my lifetime than Donald J. Trump. He really thought he was he was going to use the U.S. military to control the election. He was using his supporters to knock off the vice president on the 6th so he doesn't go ahead and make Joe Biden the president. He was using extreme measures for the transfer of power. Asian folks, listen. The 6th, if you really look at what it was a display of manipulative words influencing the masses into a frenzy enough to make them believe that murder was okay. Not only murder, but murdering the vice president and the cabinet. Drink that in. And the military and the police stood aside. Those police that you saw worked in the Capitol. The regular police and the army that was in Maryland were told pretty much to stand there. They couldn't even get a phone call through. When the cabinet was calling for help, they was calling the military, and the military would not answer their phone. You're in trouble. You're in big trouble. Because that influence that Donald J. Trump had on that day was an illustration on how much control he has over this nation. No, even Kim Jong-il doesn't even recognize Joe Biden as president. He'd rather talk to Donald Trump. Kim Jong-il and Joe Biden are arguing right now. Kim Jong-il wants, or Jong-un wants to talk to Donald Trump. You're in trouble, Asians. Go home. Go home for a year. Go home for 2 years. You're not going to miss anything. Black women will still buy your hair weave when you get here. Hell, you can sell it to them long distance at a cheaper price and still make money. Black women will still buy it. Go home, Asians. Don't let another 6 people dead. Don't do that. Because it ain't going to be 6. And your guns aren't going to do nothing but make people mad. And really, you're just, I mean, all you're going to do is wake a sleeping giant. That's what you're going to do. If you shoot and kill a white male, you're going to wake a sleeping giant. And the silent majority is going to come see you. And they're going to start wiping you out. And dare China to say something about it. You guys don't see what's happening? Okay, so the president of Russia, or the dictator of Russia, just got into this open argument with Joe Biden and told Joe Biden that pretty much that they're racist. And Joe Biden said, well, you're a killer. Joe Biden's like, you're a killer. And so they're making threats to each other. And of course, the United States Army is just like, if you guys want to try anything, you go right ahead. Now, when Donald Trump was in office, let me get this right. Trying to figure out when did this happen. Yeah, Donald Trump was in office when this happened. Russia flew 2 bombers, was flying over airspace that they thought was going to enter close to France. France is our ally. So America was ready to go to war. 2 bombers can drop pretty much anything that they want and wipe out millions of people instantly. We're talking about 2 supersonic bombers. Yeah, we're not talking about, 2 little small airplanes. We're talking about something that can carry some heavy payload, get in, get out, and, watch the devastation. So, of course, when this happened, once that was the secretary, not the Secretary of State, some 5-star. Anyways, he threatened them. And he's like, we're gonna beat you guys, pretty much to death if you guys come over here and start something. Now the same threat has just happened again, I think last week. It's like, look, if you guys want to start it up, we're gonna go ahead and get it in. And this threat has been an ongoing thing actually for the last 4 or 5 years, especially when, was it in Syria? I could be wrong, where Putin says he has troops that are on the ground and some kind of chemical bomb was supposed to have been dropped by American soldiers or whatever, what have you. So we've been, as in America, we've been jaw jacking back and forth with one of the most dangerous people on the planet, which is President Putin. Back and forth, and now him and Joe Biden are talking about how they don't like each other and so on and so forth. Let's get this straight. Let's get this straight. Our enemy is China, is Russia, is Iran, is North Korea. And North Korea has been talking, big stuff too. Listen, they just don't respect our new president like they respected our old president. And then our old president illustrates the weakness of the White House. So if you start drinking all this in and you start seeing it for what it really is, we are going to war, except a world war. My heart hurts just to even think about that. But we have been dancing on the knife tip of war for like the past 5 years. And it's just only going to take one slip, one mistake. And next thing you know, we are all shooting each other and our planet is blowing itself up. So I'm just saying, be wise to the game that's being played around you. If there are lunatics and fanatics that are around you and you can get away, get away. Be wise to the game. Be wise to the game that these politicians are playing. And these people who got money in there, they're in position of control. Be wise to the game. Listen, Asians, you're part of the game. You're not on the sideline. Kim Jong-un's little sister is running a show in North Korea now. Yeah, I heard that too. But Asians, be wise to the game. If you go back to China, you are an enemy of the United States. If you go to Japan, you're our ally. If you go to North Korea, you're our enemy. If you go to South Korea, you're our ally. But guess who knows that? Who doesn't know the difference between the different? We don't know if you're from Guam. We don't know if you're from, if your descendants are from, fought against us in the Ho Chi Minh Trail. We don't. The average citizen does not know a Chinese person from a North Korean, from a South Korean, we don't know. And we don't care. We don't care. We care about how we're treated. But for those who have a bone to pick with you because of the coronavirus and all the other deep sea, you still got people who are still pissed about Pearl Harbor. Pearl Harbor was in 48. That's still a lifetime. That's still within this lifetime. You still have people who are alive today. They're old, but they remember, and their sons and daughters remember. I remember that ship that sank there and 1,100 soldiers went down, still banging on the walls. That stuff doesn't go away. Listen, Asians, how are you? With all this talk that's going on between these presidents, and what the last president just did, you are going to be a targeted race. And I'm telling you that those 8 people that were just killed is just a very, very small sample of what's going to happen to you. You have white people who are attacking you. Listen, you have black people attacking you too, but you have white people who are trying to, or who are killing you openly, openly. China used a biological attack on their recent war games, a simulation. The irony. They knew what they were doing. Listen, Asians aren't innocent. And the sheer arrogance is what gets me. Like you're like, yeah, we started something that wiped out millions of people on the planet. So what? Well, people get their information from a lot of disseminating factors. People look at news, they word of mouth. The president. And when you have people who are fanatics, like we saw on the 6th, those fanatics. See, not all Trump supporters are like that. Some people just want Trump to be president. They're not going to go and knock you off. It's just like, damn, president's not president. Yeah, he's still my president, right? But when you have fanatics that hang on to every word and they're in the millions, you're in trouble. They're blaming it all on you. You hear what I'm saying? And then all these talk of war and, jaw-jacking going, everybody knows who our ally is. We know that if we go to war with China, we go to war with Russia. If we go to war with Russia, we go to war with China. If we go to war with North Korea, we go to war with China. China. We are at war. And you're casually sitting by like, nobody's going to do anything to you. You are also at war. And you are sorely outnumbered. You are vastly outnumbered. And now that we saw the breakdown in the law, we saw the federal government break down. We saw the federal police separating black people and white people and arresting black people and letting white people go. We know that the federal police were picking up black people, putting them in vans, and we haven't seen those people since. We know that the federal police, it's a good chance they know about the 5 men who were hung. We know the federal police, this is the federal police. We know that they have all kind of knowledge and that they were probably in on, you're in trouble. See, who you going to run to when the local and federal police are on the side of the people who are coming after you? That's what I'm trying to say. If there is no more law, then there's anarchy and there's power. And those who have the biggest guns have the most power. So if that's the practice that we're going by now, because that seems to be what it is, well, when these people decide to come after you into your shops and into your homes, do you think you're going to be able to call for backup? Who are you going to call? You're not going to call the police. The police are going to be on the side of the American people. Let me fix that. Of the white American people. Because their relatives died too from coronavirus. You just don't get it. There is no law. Yet then, when it comes to space exploration and the International Space Station, they are our allies. Yeah. Yeah, but that was all pre-corona. See, space exploration. When we're looking at space, we're looking at a single effort to gain knowledge of space in order for life to continue on. Because we are under the sole belief that we're running out of space, we're running out of land. And there has been small islands and pockets of land who overpopulated themselves and killed each other off. That's what happened to Easter Island. They had wars amongst each other and they killed each other off. And you got to understand it's 600 nautical miles away from the next landmass. And this was before there were, boats that were traveling that far. You know what I'm saying? So that could easily happen here. You can have overpopulation, and then when you try to curb overpopulation, like the Georgia Guidestones want you to, and then you can't keep that number under 500,000, not without committing mass murder, and then when there's just too many people and they're producing at a high rate, even if you did try to call that number down, you would have to call that person a number constantly. It just isn't going to work. So what do? You're like, we need more places to dwell. Well, the majority, most of the planet is covered in water, and we only know 1% about that. We look. The largest mountain range that runs through what is the Atlantic? We're just now learning that hold on, I got to stretch. We're just now learning that the water is so deep that it's even deeper than those mountains go. We thought that the Marianas Trench was the deepest place on the planet. It turns out that there's places deeper than that. Joe Biden administration recently urged the Supreme Court to allow cops the right to confiscate guns without warrant. Source. See what I mean? See, that's the menagerie of the day right there. Joe Biden is going to get a lot of people killed. Listen, you don't tell cops you can bust into somebody's house and confiscate the one thing that they're relying on to keep their family alive. Especially at this time where you can go to the gas station and not come home. You got people who are armed at the gas station because there are people getting carjacked at the gas station. They're getting murked at the gas station. It's bad. At the gas station. It's bad out here now, so you're going to tell me I have to give this? No, you're not going to control that. What's what is the Second Amendment? Joe Biden he's going to have to change the Second Amendment, and good luck having enough votes for that. You're not going to change it. You're going to have cops that are going to have to come in mass numbers to do that. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and go. I've talked for almost 3 hours. Well, I talked for over 3 hours. Thank you for the one donation that I did get. I enjoyed talking to you guys. For the $5 that I got, make me feel like it was worth it. 3 hours is a lot of time. It's a lot of information. I hope you guys will, can look up some of the information yourself. Just an old guy talking. Look up some of the stats. And, back hurts. But Asians, go home. Black people, be careful. White folks, quit talking about other people. White women, love your husbands. And stop taking everything from them. White men, go back to work. Go back to work, white man. White children, shut up. Unless you're earning $1, shut your mouth all the time. Shut up. When you come in the house from school, say hello to your parents. Go in your room, clean your room, come out, get ready to eat dinner. Tell us how your day went, what you want to do for the rest of your day. and do it all with some goddamn sense, or get the taste buds slapped out of your mouth. White kids, do some shutting up. It's your boy Tone 202. God loves you, so do I.